It's okay. Off the mic, it's okay. Off the mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Amaewhule don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule diary politico, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Amaewhule don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule diary politico, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Amaewhule, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Amaewhule diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Amaewhule don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Amaewhule don't come, oh yo yo. Amaewhule làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Amaewhule làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Amaewhule ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Amaewhule já wa sí. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Amaewhule máa wí. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Amaewhule diary politico. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Amaewhule. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní Amaewhule làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Amaewhule diary ayé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Amaewhule ti dé. Amaewhule ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Amaewhule ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Amaewhule ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Amaewhule ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Amaewhule ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Amaewhule ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Amaewhule ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Amaewhule máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Presido bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Amaewhule live. You're welcome to the Temple of Truth. Brethren, remember what to do. After reading the caption of this broadcast, which attracted you to probably to the program in the first place, make sure you read the description of the broadcast as well. Like it. That is your own offering. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them all that Amaewhule today, Amaewhule is live. Loaded again. And if you have shared the broadcast as usual, thank you. So now let's get down to business. So the first business of the night, of this evening, is that of a thug. You see, you can try to take, there's this phrase I wanted to use, but I don't think I should, because it's going to be like I'm coming so blazing out from the start. So I'll hold it. And it is about Seyi Thiefnubu. Seyi Thiefnubu has been moving about in northern part of Nigeria, where he has been sharing food, especially called the Ramadan break, iftar, where Seyi Thiefnubu and his own handlers have been sharing food to northerners who are fasting, put it that way. And some of the people who have been kind of like, following this development, some have been praising him, right? That, oh, he's doing a great work. Look at him now. You see, he's doing all the field work now, the groundwork. So when he begins to, reap the benefits now, people will begin to say, oh, he's taking advantage of his father, blah, 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 blah. While others have become so angry that it is a pure mockery, where, the son of the president of Nigeria, the druggie, Thiefnubu, is now kind of like acting as a philanthropist, feeding the hungry people in northern part of Nigeria. Again, this is supposed to be his own, his critic. But in the last few months, or should we say few years, for those of you who have probably never really studied Thiefnubu per se, right? This might be a good, an ample opportunity for you to understand the Thiefnubu's criminal or crooked family. Politics is their source of income. They have no other means. Even when he had some of his children allegedly sent to the best schools outside the contraption Nigeria, none of them has really been really productive per se. None. I know that of a Yinka who seems to have stayed away from the public, limelight, so to say. But when you look at Thiefnubu's children, Thiefnubu's family, those who are like his offspring, since the time that Thiefnubu became the governor of Lagos and they grew to whatever they are today, right? You can tell they have no other means of livelihood but politics. His first daughter, called Folashade, right? He inherited the head, the head of market women, the Yaloja title, from our adopted grandmother, Abibatu Mogaji. But personally, you will actually think she is one kind illiterate. She also went to school, but never to use that education for anything meaningful or productive. Rather, I mean, other than to leech on, other people. They've been living off the people. When it comes to Seyi Thiefnubu, who is also allegedly a drug addict himself, a nice guy to some of those who probably fancied him anyway. But Seyi Thiefnubu has somehow, right, adopted the the same the same occupation, that of his father and the family, leeching off the people with no meaningful, tangible, or any credible contribution to humanity per se. But living off the people seems to be, the real calling of the Thiefnubus. You can prove me wrong if I am wrong. Do you understand? And that is why in Lagos, they had to open a shop for him. I'm talking about a shop. I mean, it's meant to be like a ministry, no ministry, maybe a parastatal or an agency. So when it comes to outdoor advertisements in Lagos, they actually, apart from willing markets, everywhere you have APC, in any state of Nigeria, Olashade Thiefnubu believes that he is an, what do you call that again? She's a born Iyaloja. You understand? Like, naturally, I should be your Iyaloja if you have APC, in your state. So she changed from Iyaloja of Lagos to Iyaloja of Nigeria, Iyaloja General of Nigeria. Again, remember, all based on leeching off the people, taxing the hardworking people, all right? Squeezing them, picking their pockets. This is their modus operandi. As for Seyi, they opened a shop for him. He's done well for himself in that regard, okay? The entire Lagos State outdoor advertisement is right there in his palm. Now they have rewarded his druggie father with Nigeria. What do you expect? So he has positioned himself in such a way that you will think there have never been any presidential, the presidential sons or the president's children in the history of Nigeria until these guys came, because they have to be the center of it. You understand? They have to pretty much like institutionalize this their family greed and family laziness, so to say, leeches. So that is why Seyi Thiefnubu has been a center of conversation since his father decided that he wanted to be the presidiot of that contraption. Now, some will say, don't blame him. It is his time and opportunity. I was like, no, don't do that. I'm not even blaming him. I won't. I'm just kind of like explaining to you the kind of family it comes from. They are unproductive, useless leeches as a family. But somehow, they managed, right, to corner the richest state in Nigeria for themselves. So what is Nigeria? So Seyi Thiefnubu, afterward, have started building what they call the political base for himself. Using the same old playbook, try to pacify them in northern Nigeria. And that's all you need. The political space, right? It's for you. It's yours to grab. For grab, rather. Anyway. So recently it's been rumored that Seyi Thiefnubu wants to be the governor of Lagos State. In all of this, hardly would you ever see him or hear him speak in public. He has this mean sort of personality where when you look at him, it looks like, with this gentle, candor kind of a thing. So because of this, a lot of people somehow admires him. Forget about his father. Some people actually admires him like, oh, he looks like a responsible young man. oh, it looks more or less like blah, 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 until yesterday. So what happened yesterday? You see all these things that we do on social media, right? These exposes, these enlightenments, this, all of this. I want to believe that they actually really get to them because there was no reason whatsoever except this Thiefnubu's son, like father, like son, is as empty as Spangolo. You know what is Spangolo? Mm-hmm. Or this Seyi is also, like it's been alleged, right? A drug addict himself, like his father, that is so incoherent. In fact, there was a part of the nonsense is spewed in a video I'm about to share with you now, right? There's a part of that some experts have been trying to even understand what that simply means. Listen to this one. I said, my father, Seyi Thiefnubu said, my father is the best president Nigeria ever had. My father is the only president that has kept your people at home from when it was called home to when he became president. We are still trying to understand what that means. So a lot of people have become so disappointed, right? Like, this guy shouldn't have probably opened his mouth. But when is it that he won't have to open his mouth to say something? So I don't know if you have seen this, okay? Now let's start from this, where Seyi Thiefnubu says, all of you are coming for his family. They are coming for my family. They always call, this is beyond politics. They always come for my family. They always come for my father. They always come for your father. They always, God damn it. Somebody way school abroad, though. Listen to him.
Every single day, minister is going to tell me don't politicize this. It was never politics. But they keep coming for me. They keep coming for my family. They keep coming for your father. They keep coming for Asiwaju, Bola, Amaewhule, the greatest president in the history of Nigeria. The only president that has carried young people along from when he was governor to when he became president. The only president that considered youth and student loans. The only president that's created a platform for young people to thrive. The only president that has created an economy that benefits everybody. The only president that's not trying to enrich his own pocket. And you're telling me, no. Let's address this. The ASAP program was one where I wanted to come and break fast with my peers. It is something that the Noella Foundation has been doing for over 6 years in Lagos. Something that we have done every single day by breaking and having iftar with 2,000 people every single day. And last year, we sent over 20,000 boxes on loan to the northwest and another 10,000 to the northeast. And now they're saying he is only bringing good food to the north and is giving grants to the south. Let's address this. In the north, we have done educational school programs. In the north, we have given iPads out. Everything I say, people, we are the future. We know what it takes. We know what it's going to take because we come together as a group to work together. Should I go hard or should I go every single
nuisance lele?
You know, his father is the only president whose economy has been favoring everybody. We bring food to the north. We send 20,000 boxes of food to the northwest. We give iPad to people. We break fast with at least 2,000 people every day. They said we bring food to the north. We took, you know, I'm like, that guy actually schooled abroad though. So the only vibe that was given when I was watching that was this.
I'm sure he's taking another chance. He's taking another chance to keep us on this topic. You will choose opposite, which I'm doing right now. There is nothing this one saying that. That is one reference. You follow the procedure very. This is two friends of mine. How am I able to convince you? Not to convince you.
Member of High Table, my fellow students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all. My name is Abba Kabejan, and one of the primary students of RA. I stand here in front of you to run the competently, educationally, in order to bombard
My God. So the only thing missing in Seyi Thiefnubu's debate was for him to say, fellow, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, and the fellow audience, I stand here before you. So it was like she is debating. So a lot of people have been talking about that online. And the reactions, the most reactions I have seen is, is from those people who was disappointed, like, is this guy talking like this? Like, apart from the fact that, as usual, right, speaks more like a thug that his father is, by the way. So it pretty much seems like a younger version of his father, incoherent, arrogant, right, classless, and name it. So some of those who have been pushing, that, yes, let him be the governor of Lagos State. They are now taking that back now. Like, if this guy should face that guy, that GRV, wait till that guy's name, Badebo. Badebo go use this guy clean floor. Which level now? Sure you get this year. Like, God damn it, presidential son. Doesn't really care. It doesn't really matter. Remember, you see that guy behind him that was holding his hand. That's a minister of youth, by the way, just so you know. Let me show you again. You see this guy behind him? That one is a minister. He follows him everywhere. Wherever Seyi goes, minister of youth of that contraption will follow him. Where's that video again? Okay, I think I've removed it. You won't be able to see it anymore. Anyway, you see that guy behind him, Sha? That is the Minister of Youth in Nigeria. Okay? But the poverty level that you have in that contraption, which APC, Egbekebe, has come to legitimize, right? Your poverty in that place. We have those who have also recruited their own poor children into this poverty cycle to continue to enable this APC. Like a guy on TikTok who has been posting the picture or videos of his children praising the same Seyi Thiefnubu. I don't know if you've seen this.
Nigeria, carry go, Baba. God bless Nigeria. Nigeria, Agba àti ọmọdé ni wọ́n ń gbé bàbá mi Tinubu ṣépè. Ẹ̀yin òbí wa, ẹ má ṣe kọ́ wa lépè àbí èébú torí àwa ni ọjọ́ ọ̀la orílẹ̀-èdè. Èmi lọmọ ship security òdodo international. God bless Nigeria. Tinubu àti Seyi Tinubu àti security lásòrè. Agbọ̀dún akúyèdú ọdún ti yàgò. Agbọ̀dún akúyèdú ọdún ọdún ti yàgò. Agbọ̀dún akúyèdú ọdún. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
And if you have to see that video for real, if I show you the entire video, Baba, I'm probably going to ruin your night. So I have to do it like half that way. So those are the enablers in the contraption who have always been waiting for their own share of the crumb, and these poverty-stricken people who want everyone else, right, to become what they are, because there's no reason why they will be living in squalor, living in abject poverty. The rest of you are probably living better. Some of you want to be living better. So that's why you will see the Ronukus, right? That they have used their own destiny mortgaged their own future. They have recruited their own children as well to join the bandwagon. So I saw that earlier and I was like, damn it, man. So they call him boss. Boss. That's what they call him in the north. Seyi.
Boss.
You must be enjoying it. Boss. But what is that thing with the pot belly, by the way? Seyi is under 40. I don't know. I mean, he's not a fat guy. So what happens? What is that with that pot belly that looks like, what do you call it? That looks like small ikoko that somebody tucked inside his stomach. I don't know. What's that? Don't mind me. So in that same northern Nigeria, I saw a video where the Kaduna governor, all right, invited their social media influencers to an iftar to break a fast with them. So, because they've been doing well on the part of that Ubastoni in helping to tackle El Rufaya, the Kaduna Little Finger, as well as the Kaduna Little Finger said the campaign to another party, right? Then the guy was like, after eating, I promise all of you here, 50,000 naira. They were like, oh, thank you, sir. These are the influencers on social media telling you that Nigeria is working, right? Or Nigeria will be better. 50,000 naira each.
$50,000
naira each. That prompted the Busa. Is Busa Hausa word? There is nothing money cannot do. Trust me in that contraption, right? With a little token, you can recruit people. I mean, people have been recruited right now to tell everyone that Nigeria, they don't need 24 hours electricity. Honestly speaking. It's a place where they said, somebody said, oh, can you believe it? Spaghetti is now 1,200 naira. And the Ronuku from nowhere, a sewage dweller, came out and said, must you eat, are you Italian? Must you eat spaghetti? Yeah. So people who have been recruited to possibly continue to either abuse and attack you on social media every time you call out the government are being offered peanuts. They're being offered 50,000 naira. And that is not like they are recruiting them to give them 50,000 naira each every month. No. That's just a one-off. They will do the job for them. For the APC, Nigeria may be burning down and all of that stuff. They will tell you that, no, it is just a figment of your imagination. That is what APC represents, where lies, propaganda are pure, the order of the day. For another governor in Nasarawa called Sule, that one, his own empowerment is even less, 400 naira each. And somebody gave others 50,000, right? This one was sharing 400 naira. This life, no balance. That's what people say. And these are the problems, for your information, where those who are saddled with the responsibility of caring for all of us have chosen to weaponize poverty in order for the confused, hungry, impoverished people to remain with them. That's how they run it. You know? Then if you speak out, you are likely going to incur the wrath of these sewage dwellers, the Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, the bad idiots, the bad stats, the Buharidins, the Buhari Dideris, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Omekaharis, the obedient fools, sophisticated morons, humbled slaves, voluntary slaves, the Gosabobakus, Oshogbu Alimajiris, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers. If you do pimp, and that is why the efforts of trying to get rid of these rogues, right, is taking longer than usual. The enablers, those who have become like voluntary slaves, they are recruiting others. Some of them are even recruiting their children to help them do the job of this slavery. May everybody just stay under that slavery, right? And then the criminal politicians in Nigeria, they can't believe their luck. African Wahala. These guys are so lucky. I mean, if you join them, if you become a politician or a politician in that contraption, you have hit a jackpot, because not only that they have destroyed the mental thinking and what have you of people, they have messed up with people's psyche enough that these criminals are seen as, savior by these voluntary, humbled slaves in that contraption. And they are in large number, unfortunately. So when Rita Raye raised the alarm in what is now famous, famously called the 30 days rant challenge, the Ronukus, they crawled out from their different sewage, their different gutters and latrines where they are dwelling, right, to want to tear the young lady into pieces. Because according to them, dare you call out Thiefnubu? Do you, all of that. So the NYSC that threatened her, you know the story, the NYSC that threatened her, the lady has disappeared, because today it was reported that she was invited to, she was summoned to appear before NYSC LGI somewhere in Lekki, in Lagos. So, because people saw that video, the threats that followed, and that triggers a lot of reactions all over the world, where we now have thousands of videos of people calling out the Thiefnubu's failed regime as a terrible precedent of that contraption, right? So today, some of them said if the NYSC want to move mad, it is better for it's better for the netizens themselves to be there, not just That's what happened. So Amaewhule Sowore, who I believe flew to Lagos to give a physical support to this young lady, right? Raye. So this morning, Sowore was there, right? So sort of, should I use the word escorts or see her off to see the recalcitrant mofo that called and threatened her on behalf of the NYSC for Thiefnubu the druggie, right? This played out.
Great to see you.
Good morning.
My sister Amaewhule, how's it?
Yeah.
You will drive. Okay, sir. How far is it from here? Okay. So let's try it now. Were you able to reach them?
Yes, I sent it this
Great to see you again.
Well done. And I think the last time we saw was in August. Yes. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. So how do we move from here?
Okay, go direct us. Okay, we'll direct us now. But do you have like a map? The exact address? No, we don't. It's just address.
Do you know how you can navigate your way from here? Yes. I think she can lead us.
Okay, but we should still just have a general idea. LGI, which was actually.
As it should be. And guess what? When they got her to that LGI to see the woman or the lady that threatened her, the one that has been sending her details to different groups, asking people to identify her so that they could sanction her, she ran away. Remember before then, right? They've already shared the details of this woman that threatened Raye for expressing herself, right? They've shared her details and she is already in hiding, so to say. So at the end of the day, there was nobody there to even come around and query her. Guess what? There are already over 65 different lawyers, and I'm not making it up. Okay? There are over 65 different lawyers who are waiting to give her a pro bono service, which includes protecting her fundamental human rights, which is now like a luxury in that contraption today. Human rights. Our human rights is such a luxury now. If you get you don't understand what it is like to be treated like an animal who has no real rights. In this country, you have human rights, you have animal rights, Abi. In Nigeria, right? You don't have any rights per se. Even though it is written in their fake constitution that you have these rights. Section 205, section 200, section in practical, right? You have no real rights. Your citizenship, right, has no rights. Because the rogues that have hijacked power in that contraption have no respect for any human being. They treat you like animals, even worse than animals, you know? So Well, nevertheless, when people say we want to fight for your rights, sometimes, right, it simply means that you are not alone. And not being, being not alone or not being alone, sort of have its own advantage, if I must say. So now they know that Rita, she's not alone. So they would have to probably, devise other means of how to get to her. People are already telling her that, what do you even need this NYSC certificate for? Do you know how many people who have the same certificate everywhere? People are asking that this NYSC should even be scrapped. It is no longer serving its purpose. You send people, you send children, right, to horrible, horrible places where they contract different kind of diseases, or they end up in the hands of the kidnappers. The same NYSC threatening this young lady. They had it in their handbook. People say they are working with the, with kidnappers. Imagine you as an NYSC copper, right? And you are handed this kind of a thing. They said, when traveling in high-risk roads, such as Abuja, Kaduna, Abuja, Lokoja, Okene, or Aba Port Harcourt roads, then alert your family members, friends, and colleagues in order to have someone on hand to pay off the ransom that could be demanded. NYSC. Inside that same book, they said, keep calm when you are kidnapped. They said, keep calm and be patient. Do not antagonize your captors. Be polite and operate with reasonable regards. Give reasonable cooperation to your abductors. Establish a personal relationship with your captors as early as possible. The kidnappers may ask for contact person. Do not mention your place of work, but your close friends. Baba. Do you understand what that means? NYSC that is demanding that the youth corpers, they must respect the press idiot, the druggie, Thiefnubu. They have clearly, right, instructed these youth corpers that, listen, if you are traveling and you get kidnapped, no call us. Don't tell the kidnappers where your primary place of assignment or your PPA, because we know people pay ransom. But give them the contact of your friend or your family member, anybody that can pay ransom. This is the instruction of the NYSC to youth corpers, the same one that is expecting you to come and serve your fatherland. Say to serve Nigeria is not by force. More copper, today is day 2 of their 30 days rand challenge. And maybe you should listen to these coppers themselves who have now joined the fray.
I know after this 30 days movement begins, the government will start sending the police.
What if I tell you that this 77,000 naira, the increment of the 33k to 77,000 naira, I had it before going for camp. That was March last year. We are in March 2025 now. The increment, they never. And funny enough, these people expect us to save from that 33k. Imagine, we will not be doing anything. We are going to serve. We are going to work for you for 1 good year. They're giving us 33k every month. In a country that 1k, even to drink Gary self will cost you 1k. Yes. Say you want to drink Gary, okay, let me say it's LD Gary. If it's not even LD self, you cannot drink Gary with 500 naira. Me, I don't think like this. Say, okay. Next week, I will eat one good food. The good food, no pass to go and buy spaghetti, to cook spaghetti self. Jesus. Like, the 33k is not even going anywhere. Ordinary transport. The funny, you see this NYSC stuff, everything. I didn't want to go because I graduated 2022. I was supposed to go for 2023. I thought about it. What is the essence of going there? But the reason why I went is because my mommy thought I did not go to school. She felt like the school fee that she have paid, I've been spending because my cousin did that thing to his father. So she thought that's the same thing I wanted to do. To prove her wrong, I just said, let me go for this NYSC to prove this woman wrong, that I really went to school. But I did not just see a need. Because me on my own, I was already frustrated of how to get work. The customer go waste. That's going for 1 year, just like waste. Like, I don't even understand. There's 3k. 9% come out. Somebody came out to talk about hunger day. I don't know how people are. Jesus, I thought this was maybe I'm the one that is spending too much. Buy pepper, go see onions.
Guys, Ungade, I don't know. We need to talk. How people suffering and smiling? Tori Olorun, Jesus, lights. Sometimes I didn't used to have lights. If you as a club member, they will post you to a location you don't even know anything, you don't even know anybody. To find house. House rent is house rent is as funny. One light and lie. Say you want see bus quarter 7 na 300k. I swear to God. Like nothing is cheap. Everything is expensive. Everything is expensive. People should leave these online people, because maybe the government are looking at the online people now and they feel like they are living fine. It's a lie. People, to make you frustrated, you'll be depressed, you'll be crying. As it is now, most of the youth, the way they make their money is through Yahoo or through prostitution. Like prostitution itself don't be like normal work, and school fees, they don't increase school fees. Please, let's speak up. And people should stop suffering and smiling. This Ungade, this is not me. I did not use Ozempic. I did not spin down on purpose or by choice. Oh, I go. You go drink water. You go drink water. I don't even know when last I ate in the morning. Eating in the morning for me now is by mistake or by miracle. I beg. Who could not stop to suffer this smile? Nyam, way sheep. I been an apple. I don't know when last I chop fruits. Because at the point now, I'm not going to find waiting get oil to chop. No serene, no aesthetics for the body. All to survive.
Reality. That is the reality check. They ask you that you have to go and work somewhere for a year. You want to serve your fatherland. Give me 1 sec. I want to sneeze.
Ìgbà kan máa dé, àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá, ìgbà kan máa dé, àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá, tólórò máa sáré, ọlọ́pàá máa sáré, ayé máa sáré, ẹyẹ tí ò dúró rere máa sáré.
The great youth of Nigeria. Great.
Yo. People are not, you don't even have to use Ozempic to lose weight. Thiefnubu nomic, right, will help you to reduce that weight, obviously. So coming out to talk about what life is like for newly graduated Nigerians who are forced to go and serve Nigeria by force, right? Then you will be sent to places where, well, with the current economic reality, okay? So you would have to fend for yourself by paying for your own rent, with a stipend of 33,000 naira, which they have lied to them repeatedly that they've increased, but never increased, never to be paid. So you are not allowed to express this. You were told, they are telling them that they are working for Thiefnubu, and therefore they can't criticize Thiefnubu. Like, what the heck? At day 2, more of them are disagreeing. Speaking up, here is another copper.
Listen, the only person who can give you accurate information about what is going on in the trenches and in the grassroots of Nigeria, even more than a local government chairman, is a youth copper. We are the ones who get posted to the most darkest places, the most crude places in this country, to go and serve, to impart knowledge, or to provide service of some kind to these people. 80% of the time, we have to live with these people. The amount of pay we receive for this thing is nowhere near the economic sacrifice we have to make, the physical risk we have to face every day, you understand, and all of that, and we still do it. That is patriotism. If a copper is coming out to tell you that life in Nigeria is unbearable, it is because life in Nigeria is unbearable at the moment. This is what we see on ground. We are not the ones who would want to ruin the image of the country. If we do not love this country, we will not be risking our lives to serve it. I don't know if you understand it. Raye is fucking right. How much is my allowance? 33,000 naira. I bank with Access Bank. The first time I received an allowance for this thing, Access Bank didn't pay my allowance until the 15th of the following month. Me now, I've already put it that like the value of my service is not in that is not in the pay. Is in the number of lives I'm able to impart and in ways I'm able to help the country grow. You understand? But we have to speak for the people of Nigeria who actually constitute or make up the Nigeria itself, because without Nigerians, there is no Nigeria, bro. Guy, we can't buy fuel, we can't even transport ourselves. Like, see, the allowance going to reach the next day. Let alone reach you 1 month. Your allowance cannot be what you are using to transport yourself to your PP. It's not possible. Your allowance cannot be what you are using to feed yourself. Your allowance cannot be what you are using to pay your rent. It does not suffice. Not even the 77K will do that. Do you know how much is a self-contained, not a one bed or something in Abuja? People that are posted in Abuja, come and talk. Package plus A&L, complete package, you're talking over 1.5 million naira. You want to be paying me 77,000 naira. You think that is what is going to suffice? The fact that I'm doing this out of love for this nation. I'm telling you that life is unbearable. It is during my service here that I saw somebody die of hunger. Person the waka behind them before die. The first day I was going. I don't want to mention where I serve because I'm me of bro. Like the first day I was going to what is it called? I was going to report. Around 10 p.m. in the night, I saw a dead man on the floor, on the ground. Like we saw a dead man. Like they had killed him and collected his motorcycle. Live. I have a streak of that thing. Security is bad. There is no food in the nation. Nothing. And you say we should not talk. It makes no sense. Honestly, it's not about not telling people to talk. Do you get? It is, as a good leader, what you should be encouraging us to do is talk. So you know where you are wrong and where you need to fix up. Then you fix up. It's not everything that almost somebody hates you, somebody hates your party. Why must it be political party? It's not political party, bro. Nigerians are suffering. How do you fix up? You are the one that is leading us. There is problem now in the engine, in the machine. There is problem. How can you come and fix it? If you cannot fix it, then you give space for somebody else. I'm very sorry, but it's the truth. I won't come and lie for you. My oath of allegiance as a copper does not even allow me to come and lie to you. I'm telling you that Nigerians in the grassroots are suffering.
You need to be told more. He's very right. If you want to know more about what the state of things are across that contraption, please speak to the coppers. There have been those sent to the remotest of the remotest areas of that contraption. They have been sent to the den of kidnappers. They have lived with communities who somehow you think they have been cut off from Nigeria. They are not part of Nigeria. They are in the best position to tell you. And the thing is this, like he said it must have been from the place of love. Oh, I love Nigeria. I want to serve Nigeria. Baba, to serve Nigeria is not by force. So, because you are going to come back with regret. Shani. Ask those before you. You know? So how could anybody say that people shouldn't speak and, like criticize or say their mind in a democracy? What kind of democracy is that? How could people who claim to be progressives, they've succeeded to some extent by making people believe that if you criticize Thiefnubu, you are criticizing Yoruba. That is not true. The Yoruba Omoluabis genuinely needs to actually begin to speak up. You need to begin to speak up. Thiefnubu doesn't represent the Yorubas. Thiefnubu doesn't. APC, Egbekegbe, doesn't give a shit about Yoruba. So that these voluntary slaves are pushing the agenda that if you say anything about Thiefnubu, it simply means you hate Yorubas. That nonsense must be discontinued. It must be quashed. Thiefnubu doesn't give a shit about you as a Yoruba, whether you're a Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa or anything. It doesn't give a shit about you. If it does, his policies would have would tell. But trying to gaslight people, blackmail people, and make them believe that if they say anything about this APC, or about this druggie Thiefnubu, then they are saying something that it is an attack on the Yoruba. That idea must be dead. You know, you have to get it. They say you must be killed. Thiefnubu doesn't represent the Yorubas. Thiefnubu doesn't give a shit about the Yorubas. The economy he has created, Yorubas in their millions exist in it, and they are suffering like every other person and every other tribe in that contraption right now. So thinking that if somebody says something, then you are going to jump up and begin to say, you want to defend I'm defending my tribe. I'm defending. You are not representing the Yorubas. You are not speaking for the Yorubas. And you will never speak for the Yorubas because if you care for the Yorubas, you actually be so angry right now. But rather, because you wanted to make it look like it's a Yoruba man that is there. Hey, all of us Yorubas, we must make sure that you will support him. How is he supporting you, your children education, your businesses, your jobs? How are you benefiting as a Yoruba person in Yoruba land? The insecurity, how are you benefiting? So we must ask the Yoruba Omoluabis to continue to speak up against this Amaewhule Thiefnubu of Yoruba land, right? He is an Amaewhule Yoruba, no doubt. But it's unfortunate that we have so many of such Amaewhule, the gullible, misguided ones who want to automatically make you feel like APC, Egbekegbe, Thiefnubu and his gang in call, they are representing the Yorubas. They are not. There's no special market for you as Yorubas. There's nothing to say, oh, yeah, these Yorubas are not facing the same thing. Don't mind them. Yeah? So we must, the Yoruba Omoluabis, the real Omoluabis must speak out where these Amaewhules, these bastards of Yoruba land are trying to continue to rub the name and this beautiful ethnic nationality in the mud. You see, Thiefnubu will eventually get kicked out of that place, either by death or after 8 years, Abi. And then what's going to happen after? The emergency lovers of this Nigeria now, who are dragging the Yorubas into this, right? What will they go back to? They will stop loving Nigeria after Thiefnubu, Abi. Because we all know that nobody really loves Nigeria, except for those of you who have been brainwashed, you know, socially conditioned to believe that speaking out against this drug dealer, this drug addict, this directionless kleptomaniac, Thiefnubu and his gang, yeah, is an attack on Yoruba land. It is not. So speak out. Speak out before you get drowned, before your Gary gets, spilled. You speak out. Even Tout, what's her name again? Is that Tout, right? Who claimed to be Thiefnubu's daughter, has added her own voice this way.
Hello, fellow citizens of Nigeria. My name is Just Adeto. Anti-Christiana, APC errand woman. Now you then sent from Abuja, right? To be threatening the young lady that has come out to speak a truth that the president of this country, Kilo Payano, he says it's bad, it's worse. And see, that girl no talk like truly, Thiefnubu is whatever you call it. Whatever you call president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the one. And first of all, please, that's 77 bay. When they said they have increased their money to 2024, please, NYSC people, which of you have collected this 77 bay? Because these are people that they are slave queens. They will buy wig, they will eat, they will do everything. So, as a matter of fact, 8 years at 3 local government will go collect this store tomorrow. So, anti-Christy, I've been seeing people writing English. Most of me law school. Now, what we just want to tell you, until that girl come out and do video that they have apologized to her, or she is at peace, she doesn't feel threatened again. Auntie Christy, wallahi tallahi, sumo billahi, no our Muslim àti Christian lawa. And you go and gbadun ara yin. Because right now, that 80 years na my baba come with the local government chairman. I don't call him. I don't call him. Yes. Now, all the area boys, where they that area, I don't call them. Make them they monitor that girl for me. If one mosquito bites that girl from today, auntie, make sure Satan bite you. Because Tinubu no send you. Until the president did not say anybody should not abuse it. If you want to call the president Oloribu, he already said it during his speech. And he said he's taking up the job. He does not, he's not worried about anybody insulting. So which one can be your own? Auntie Bekeyide. And then we stumble later jumpa. One road Olori share. Something NYSC people have reported you to me. They say you remove cap from one boy's head and you slap the boy. Hey, auntie. Now you be the APC loyalist. I be not be this same APC. I be another APC promise you they defend. These are children that didn't inherit anything from this government. Monitor when you battery take with the I. These children have tasted hunger. They have tasted frustration. They are tasting poverty. They go to market with how much? 36,000. What can they buy with 36,000? And somebody is complaining. Instead of you to be pleading with her. The APC people that me I know, they are always pleading for time. Please forgive us. Please be patient with us. You, auntie, the way I'm looking at you, if let's say you are looking for promotion. Authority of Achekwa and what promotion? Somebody, hey, have you forgotten their name? Sorosoke Youth. So if they cannot respond to we the Agbalagba, they will respond to these small children. Because shame should shame them that these young girls now, these young children know that it's not working. Because they are gradually leaving their parents. They are becoming full-blown, responsible young men and girls. So they know what money is saying. They are not eating three times square meals at home again. Now they have to manage the little they have. And the guy is complaining that things are expensive and that the president of our country is useless, or is the worst, or is what is mad. What did the guy say that has passed our mouth? So let me also let you know. Say hunger. You said they swear oath of allegiance. I be they swear oath. Hunger supersedes any oath, yo. Hunger supersedes any law and any constitution. Frustration supersedes any law and any constitution. So people should just go back and look for a way that girl will just come back to social media and tell us that all is well. Because as long as that girl has not come out to say all is well, and all cannot be well with you. Hey. How cannot be well? I'm not threatening you. I'm just telling you because this hunger is affecting all of us. So you have one trigger, one hungry girl. So all the hungry women and the hungry men, they will follow suit. Your head is not correct, auntie. Because on a normal day, you have to say your head correct. Tinubu no say, who send you a message? Tinubu never said anybody should know it. If you want to insult president, insult. All those that are telling you should not insult. Tinubu will not send that message. My papa will not send them more. Anything you want to call Tinubu, call him. He's ready. He took the job. He took the job. Whether he hijacked, whether he took, whether he collected, whether he won, whether he stole, anything you want to say, say. The issue is he took the job and he's pleading for patience. So, Auntie Christiana, don't threaten anybody in NYSC again. Or anybody should not threaten anybody now around Gaza. I want my idea in Gaza. So me, I'm just telling you now, because if you see us for NYSC camp, make you not say they came to threaten you. You are the one that started you.
On Gaza. So that's Adeto's message. That's Adeto's message yesterday. She actually released that statement yesterday. And today, we discovered that this NYSC woman had to run away. She bailed on us. She ran away. Tigris, thank you for the super chat, though. And thanks so much for the message attached, okay? Please share this broadcast. Like and share. It's important, okay? Around Kongaza, everybody in Binu, people they para. Even the Peking where we say in Papa na police officer also added her own voice too. Listen to her.
I know after this 30 days movement begins, the government will start sending the police, the soldier to go after people that made video about it, to arrest them, to intimidate them, to, you know. But let me tell you something as a police officer and as a soldier. My dad served this country for 25 years. Currently now, he's still sick. He's down with stroke and brain damage. Guess what? The police department donated 10,000 naira to my dad. He's been down for 1 year. This illness has made us sell property, has made us sell land and everything. The government has done nothing about this. We have gone to his office to cry, to beg, but still yet nothing is being done. So before you go after the youth that is looking for a good government, that is looking for things to work, remember, if things work for us, it works for everyone. Because you are a police officer, you will not buy a cup of rice for 100 naira. It's the same 400 and 500 that we are buying that you will buy too. Because you are a thug, you are not going to buy a cup of rice for 100 naira. No, it's the same 200, it's the same 400 and 800 that you will use to buy. So before you start carrying out this exercise, go and look at the widows of the police officer that have died due to the course of duties. Go and look at the widows of the soldiers that died due to the course of their duties. There is no royalty. NHIS is a scam. NHIS covers only 40%, my darling. If you escape it as a parent, you have the money that is blocking your ear, you escape it, you die. Guess what? Your children will become prostitutes. Your sons will become thieves. Your children will become a victim, and your wife will become a victim of circumstances. Go and look at the widows before you start killing people on others, before you start arresting people. Go and look at the widows. Come and take a look at my dad's kids. They are all enraged. They are going astray. Because of what? A said government. They said their dad has been working for this country for years, but nothing to show for it. The piece of land that he managed to buy, we have said it to treat him. It has been sold. It has been sold. So before you start working on others, put your rifles down and say, help us. Join us to shout. Join us to shout. Join us to talk. We are begging you. Go and look at the widows of your colleagues. Go and look at the widows of your colleague. Go and look at them. Before you help Nigeria to know that that woman will be your wife. That will be the condition of your wife if you do not do the right thing. Continue doing yes, ma, yes, sir. Go and look at my siblings now. Go and look at the widows of those that have died. Go, of your colleagues that have died. Then come back and see if it is worth fighting for. It's time to start a movement. I know.
That's our message to those they are going to use in hunting down everyone or clamping down on them in their effort to try to gag the people. You all, thank you for that super chat as well. Bless you. People are feeling generous this evening. That's great. Similarly, Olu Mide Akimomisa, thank you again for your own super chat as well. Thank you. You know, around Kongaza, everybody in Para, even the pastor. You see, the thing I like about this one is that he made two videos, and he was using the Bible, you know, the verses and all of that to remind everyone responsible for this hardship and what have you, this oppression and this contraption, what will happen to them in Jesus' name.
Hello, everyone. This is Apostle Michael Olokere. I lead at Covenant Christian Assembly in Wukari, Taraba State. So my location is Wukari in Taraba State. And my phone number is 08030882560. So I'm trying to make it easy for you so that when you're looking for me, it's easy for you to locate me and arrest me. So I saw something online, and I think from yesterday, I began to see of a young lady, give or take 2023, serving in Lagos State, and this person has never lived outside of her family, so she doesn't know what it means to be alone, to live alone. And this is her first time ever she's doing that. and she's serving in Lagos State, and she talked about how expensive things are. She went out, she talked about how expensive things are, and the environment is not even conducive enough because it is smelly. And she said the president is terrible at his job. And then there's been an opera from a certain section talking about you should not talk. You should keep quiet. Who are you to talk about our president? Are you a woman from the state? Are you a copper? My friend, delete that video. So you see, there are two parts to the words of to the word of God. And there's been this stereotype against men of God. Are you a man of God? You shouldn't be cursing. You shouldn't say anything bad. Just keep blessing. That is what you're supposed to be. But they've forgotten that when the children of Israel, when we were in the battle during the days of Moses, he ordered two groups. The first group climbed on top of Mount Ebal and were raining curses. The other group climbed on top of Mount Gerizim and they were reading blessings. So while some were blessing, the some were cursing. The word of God is a sword. It can cut here or there. It can bless or it can curse. Whosoever is speaking to intimidate that girl, may you not be well with you. May it not be well with you, with your family. Nigeria will happen to you like they always say. I think this is height of irresponsibility, and I'm not afraid. I'm not your favorites that the Jews and all that get casual because they're looking for favors and all that. I don't do that. I don't do that. God is my ultimate supplier. God is my favor. And whosoever want to use this against me, you're wasting your time. Are we not ashamed of ourselves as a nation? A basic necessity that this girl is asking for. This little girl has never experienced what it means to live on her own, and she sees how tough it is. Are you not ashamed? The president, are you not ashamed? Are you people not ashamed of yourselves? You met a price of a commodity at 10 naira. You took it to 15 naira. Now it is at 45 naira and you want us to applaud you. You say celebrate the government. They are doing enough. Now the price is back to 45 naira. God punish every one of you. That woman threatened this girl. The evil that have prevailed in Nigeria is sustained by the silence of men that should have spoken. And for those that say, men of God, don't bother, just keep quiet, you are a man of God. Let me tell you a story so that you know why we are where we are today. In the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 28, so after Solomon did what he did, the kingdom of Israel became divided. So there was the kingdom of Judah and then the kingdom of Samaria. Now, they were all brethren, but then it became divided. They were all Israel, but they became divided into two nations. Now, in 2 Chronicles chapter 28, the kingdom of Israel decided to fight against the kingdom of Judah, their own brethren, their brothers. And they went further and fought and killed over 200,000 people in Judah, which are their brethren. But because the nation has been divided into two, and they killed them. But that was not just the thing. When they were leaving, they took over 200,000 men and women and children from Judah as captives. And they were taking them to Samaria. They were taking them to Jerusalem. They were taking their brethren captive. And so when they were going, a prophet called Oded heard of it and ran quickly and said, no, this is an error. It was not just enough that you have killed your brothers, but now you are taking them captive as slaves. This is wrong and it is against the instruction of God. So he referred them to the word of God in the book of Leviticus, where God had said, you cannot and must not take your brethren, your own brethren, the Israelites, as captive. They cannot be your captive in any case. He corrected that, and after addressing the issues, the men of Jerusalem became very sober. They regretted their actions and they had to allow the men of Judah, which they had carried captive, they had to let them go. It took the intervention of a prophet to correct that error. Otherwise, they would have committed an abomination by taking their own brothers as captives. The reason why there is a lot of abomination being committed in Nigeria today is because no man of God is correcting it. The men of God that should speak, that have the authority, the influence, the capacity and power to speak are quiet and silent and are playing diplomacy. So when you're fighting tyranny, you don't play diplomacy with tyranny. You have to go headlong to pull these things down. This is why we are where we are today in Nigeria. Because the men that should speak, the men that should uphold the truth and speak are being silent. There is never a place in the Bible where men of God are not involved in nation building. For every nation that succeeded or every kingdom that succeeded in the Bible, you go and check properly. There is either there was a prophet somewhere that was giving instruction consistently to the king. He will give instruction to the king. He will rebuke the kings when they make errors. He will make them say, no, this is not the right way. This is not how it should be. There was always a man of God that was speaking to correct the evil of men. And that was why it happened. When they refused to obey the instruction of the prophet, that's why you find out that God gave them to destruction and they are destroyed. As a man of God, you have the right, not just to preach the word of God, but the sanctity of your members, of your flock, is also your responsibility. And your members cannot obtain or maintain sanctity if they are in a nation where they are... Hello, everyone.
What shall I say?
unto the Lord. Yes, Lord. All I have to say, thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Jerry Pastor. You see, evil persists because of the silence of a good man and the good people. Then what makes you good? If you can keep quiet in the face of tyranny, look away in the face of oppression, pretends that it's none of your business in the face of, directionless government, purposeless government, where your own congregation or your own fellowship. I mean, what did they use that? Which word did they use, right? Say your own brethren, right, are being misled and then oppressed in this regard, and you are keeping quiet. And you say you are a man of God. Baba Gio kill you there. So thank you very much, Jerry, brother. You spoke well, and indeed, that's all that matters. Let everybody speak up, speak out. Stera Mapar, thank you, right, for your own super chat as well. Appreciate you, by the way. Thank you, my lady. Or maybe because of this, backlashes coming from the young people, the Gen Z, making this video. Do you know what happened today inside the ass or rock today? Right. These criminals, these overfed pigs, decided to kind of even mock you more. Guess what they did? The National Assembly members came together and they said, because people are complaining that they are hungry, so they decided to just donate 705 million naira to Thiefnubu to give to you, the hungry Nigerians. No joke. They even presented a check. 705 million naira to support Baba. Shey this one no be pick fooling. Princess. Shey this one no be pick fooling. Like they are fooling all of you. This APC. Egbekegbe. Speaker, House of Representatives came back and said, we are now donating 705 million naira to Thiefnubu so that he can pay all of you who are hungry in Nigeria.
We in the House decided on our own that we need to do something symbolic to show our concern to the entire people of Nigeria, that the predicament they were in, we also felt it. And because of that, we took a resolution that from July 2024 to December 2024, we will sacrifice 50% of our basic salaries, so that we will now set that money aside and contribute and donate to you, so that you can also use it to look at the targeted areas in Nigeria where we have vulnerable people who are in need of food, shelter, accommodation, clothing, and what have you. We leave it to you to decide on where you want to intervene. But it is a symbolic contribution from the House to show you, as well as show the whole entire nation, that the passage of that particular period was being felt by each and every one of us. And in that regard, Your Excellency, I'm happy to inform you that the House contributed the sum of 705 million naira, being 50% of our monthly salary for a period of 6 months.
So let's serve with humility. The president has served well. The economy has turned the corner, and we are on a path to sustain growth. He has shown leadership. He has shown magnanimity. He has shown the ability to reach out to the other side of the aisles and embrace all tendencies. Just 2 weeks ago, he signed the bill for the establishment of the Federal University of Applied Sciences in Kachia in Kaduna State. You and I know that in terms of performance, the APC performed woefully in southern Kaduna. But leadership is about inclusivity. And just last Friday, he signed up. Who is the chairman, who is the pro-chancellor of the Kachia University? He's his very good friend, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka. This is called leadership. Right, honorable members, I think the president deserves much more than that. We need to rise and give leadership. I want to commend the Speaker and the leadership of the House for providing stability to the House. There can never be peace without development. There can never be development without peace. The peace in the House is a welcome development. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Mr. President. Thank you, right honorable members.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
That is Maiduguri Aristotle, the guy that wants to always sound like an intelligent person, but he sort of like make mockery of himself a lot of time. He always want to sound like somebody who is intelligent, but he's not. A terrorist sympathizer, a terrorist enabler, terrorism enabler as well, a protector of a wanted terrorist, a special advisor to Thiefnubu on burial arrangements and condolences visits. And that is a shitty man, by the way. So Thiefnubu has done so well that you have to clap for him. I mean, he gave Azankuka appointment. Can you imagine? I mean, you need to stand up and clap. You don't just clap. Stand up and appreciate him. He has done so well, These are the characters in charge of that contraption, by the way. These are the clowns, So when you put a crown on the head of a clown, you are not going to have a king. You are going to have a pure circus. That's what you're going to have. And that's exactly what you're having in that contraption as we speak. Jefferson, thank you very much again. Yeah, for yours, for your own super chats. Thank you. Appreciate that. The reality out there is that even though people are saying that even this figure is not up to date, they said, there is a news today, this afternoon, when they said that the Nigerian inflation has fallen again. They said Nigerian inflation is now 23-point-something%. Thiefnubu, that is a doctor in statistics, the man who once told you, or once asked you that statistics you go chop in 2018. That looks like forever. It's like 2000. It's like 1718 or 1818 or 1918 these days. Why it's just 7 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. A bag of rice was 16,000 naira. A bag of beans, right? Half bag of beans was 13,000, which means a bag of beans was 26. 3 liters, it says 6 of this. 3 liters of Ardan oil, 2,150 per one. That's 8,600. Then that is 360 grams of Dano. What's called this? Is it Dano refill or something? That's a milk. That's milk, isn't it? Powdered milk. And 500 grams of Milotin. 8 of them, 1,100 times 8. You see, they see the price. Then when you go to the right side, they say first year of a Thiefnubu sardine was 300 naira. Today it is 1,550 naira. Some said it's more than that. And yeah, you see, the price you have on the screen right now things have been like, except for Coke and Fanta, which is sold for 500 naira a head. Others are even far, far more than what you have on this screen right now. And the minimum wage remains 33,000. 30,000 naira is not even 33,000 naira. Thiefnubu and his gang. So you see, so if they are fooling around and everyone is fooling around, and you, who is a direct victim of all of this, you shouldn't be fooling around. So yesterday at the Silverbed Galleria, where what's his name again? Ben No Sense Bruce. You remember that guy? The guy that usually made video of common sense. Last we discovered that is empty skull with no sense at all. So we call him Ben No Sense Bruce. He came out and said he should stop abusing, he should stop criticizing them. Ah, the audacity though.
And for those of you on social media, those of you who are all over the world, stop criticizing Nigeria. Stop criticizing our leaders. We need a break, okay? Stop criticizing us. We need a break. All right, that's my only request. Give us a break. We're a young country. Some countries are 300-400 years old. We make mistakes, but stop insulting our leaders and stop criticizing us. On behalf of the people of Nigeria, Governor Yebaji, it gives me great pleasure to present this award to you as the Silverbed Man of the Year 2024. Congratulations and God bless you. And for those
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people approving. People should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the knockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger. Because some people will be at indoor. There's no way to make our own life.
Thank you, Jerry, Professor. That's our own prof. And he dissected that disappointment in the Nigeria leaders eloquently. Depends on which side of the coin you belong to, right? That's our professor. So tomorrow is another day. Remember that. So let's quickly go to Rivers State, brethren. The impeachment of a seamless, simpleton, Fubara by the weakest men seems to have begun. From I told you, I said the plan was to remove Fubara and remove the deputy governor that most of you don't even know. She's a lady, by the way. Yeah. So the plan is to remove both of them and then make an Equerry man the speaker, the acting governor. I don't know how they intend to run this, by the way, because with this new letter sent to the governor and the deputy, the one on the left, right, is to the deputy governor. The one on the right is to the governor through the clerk. Did you follow? They said, notice of allegation of gross misconduct brought pursuant to Section 188 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended 1999. Act of gross misconduct in the performance of the function of the office of the governor by His Excellency Seamless Fubara, GSS. What is this? GSS RS, Governor of Rivers. The Deputy Governor, is Professor Ngozi Odu, DSSRS, Deputy Governor of Rivers. So, but there is a bit of, there's a bit of complication. Maybe not. Remember that the House of Assembly, right, said that Fubara should present the budget of 2025 as ordered by the Supreme Court of Injustice of that contraption, right? And then he went. He said he wrote them. Well, he wrote them, and he went last week to present the same budget, and these guys locked him out. Remember? That same time that he was locked out of the makeshift House of Assembly that they are currently using, they also issued an arrest warrant or so, right? Arrest warrant for the state's RCEC chairman. This is the electoral body in the states. They also issued another arrest and investigating sort of a warrant against the Chief Justice of Rivers State. Now, to impeach a governor, you need the Chief Justice on your side. It is the Chief Justice of the state that is going to convene or put together a 7-man panel that will then look into all kind of allegations against the governor and the deputy governor, where they are also going to be given the chance to defend themselves against those allegations, right? But somehow it seems that the Chief Justice of Rivers State is not in bed with the weakest men. So they need him removed. So I don't know how they want to walk around this impeachment, but we all saw it coming. So they decided to go on to adjourn their sitting, sine die, until further notice. And this was just a few days ago, right? Now they have reconvened, I believe, and then issued, this allegation of a gross misconduct against Fubara and his deputy. So the next one is going to be for them to call on, the Chief Justice of the state to assemble a 7-man panel to investigate this allegation, and if they are guilty, then Fubara will become history. Here is what, somebody in the know in this crisis. This is what you have to say, Rivers.
Good afternoon, Aaron.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
If you can hear me very clear, impeachment of the governor is not a lead to the path of peace. Like I always said, crisis is the worst thing that can happen to the people. And as an elder, the duty of every elder is to maintain peace, not to worsen the situation. Yes, I am one man that believes in prevention than cure. But now there is a need for cure. All hands has to be on deck. Impeachment of the governor is not the best way. And let me say this and say it very clear. If you take your mind back in some of my interviews, I make some comments. If you are appointed as a minister of a political office holder, or maybe by the virtue of whosoever that is supporting you, you are elected into office. That does not make you a politician. For you to be a politician, you have to go through the process of learning. Most of these people don't want to learn, and that is why we are having most of this problem. Some years ago, some cabal came together in Anambra State and forced Ngige out of office. It does not stop what God said Ngige will be. Ngige later became the senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ngige later became a minister. Today, Ngige is living a good life. Those that remove him, where are they today? You can't find them even in the street. Obi was also impeached. Later, the court brought Obi back. Obi completed his tenure as a governor. Those that impeach Obi, where are they? You can't even find them in the political space of Anambra State. That is why impeachment is not the best way. Some people has made mistake before now. There can always be a room for amendment. I don't have problem with the House of Assembly. I don't have problem with Wike. I don't also have problem with Fubara. Because for some extent, both Wike and Fubara are ignorant of what is happening around them. Both of them belongs to a political family. And the second name of that political family is betrayer. They are children of betrayers. But those that can help to solve this problem are now making things worse. Aaron, if you take your mind back a few days ago, the former governor of Rivers State, in addressing the press, also give an expo on how this problem can be solved. But people has brain, they have head that is not working because of their selfish interest. Nobody wants to look at, go back to that script and play it again. All everybody is carrying to worsen the situation is that Wike said, if Fubara is impeached, nothing will happen. What happened to other things he said? I believe this matter can be settled if the former governor of Rivers State look inward and the incumbent governor also look inward, because this matter at this point belongs to two of them. The people that are supporting Wike and the people that are supporting Fubara. Please, I travel virtually every week. When you go to the protocol lodge of airport in Nigeria or the VIP, you will see the same people drinking coffee together. That is why in one of my interviews, I give the parable of the hunters. And after drinking coffee at the airport together, you will now see them. These ones are marching at the front of Wike. The other ones are marching at the front of Fubara. Now, the Rivers people are at the receiving end. As if there is a war. There is no ethnic war in Rivers State. People should stop talking about Ijaw this, Ijaw that. In the Wike camp, there are Ijaw people there. In Sims camp, there is Ijaw people there. All we are saying, let all of us come together and provide a solution to this matter. And those who are benefiting from this matter don't want this matter.
He has no job. He has.
I don't know. I think that's what I was hearing when I first listened to that interview, you know. And that is why I'm going to bring Asari Dokudom himself in. Asari, what do you think about this planned impeachment of Fubara? Tell us.
Anytime soon. What is happening in Rivers State is one individual wanting to pocket Rivers State. It's its own. And a lot of commentators had analyzed the situation in Rivers State and had called on President Amaewhule to step in and arrest the situation. I did a live broadcast on the 12th of December 2023. After the first failed meeting, which was very, very biased, tilted towards supporting Nyesowike, the Minister for Federal Capital Territory. And this video has become, these live broadcasts have become viral recently because of the pronouncement of the Supreme Court. I'm not going to call the pronouncement of the Supreme Court a judgment, because there is nothing that the pronouncement of the Supreme Court said that had anything to do with the law in Nigeria. It's a total abuse of the law of Nigeria. Everybody knows, all of us know that the Supreme Court is supposed to be final arbiter. The words of the Supreme Court are final. So the Supreme Court now assumed that because their words are final, they will import into these powers that they do not have, morally depraved decisions that are clearly against the Constitution and the people of Nigeria. We're not just talking about Rivers State. For instance, does the Supreme Court really have jurisdiction to adjudicate on issues concerning local government elections? It's very clear. Local government elections adjudication ends at Court of First Instance, which is the High Court. So where did the Supreme Court derive its power? In making pronouncement on elections, post-elections, litigation arising from the elections in Rivers State. Number two, how would the Supreme Court talk about something and adjudicate on a matter that was not before her? Can the Supreme Court go on a flurry of its own to import matters that were not before her and start to make decisions on those matters? The issue of defection was not before the Supreme Court. The issue of defection is still at the High Court. So how did the Supreme Court get those matters into the Supreme Court to make pronouncement on it? Other than that, there were people behind the scene dictating to the Supreme Court what the Supreme Court ought to say. So they have said it. And I think the governor was in a haste to have accepted the judgment.
Alhaji Dokubo, that would be, if I may, that would be impugning on the integrity of the Supreme Court.
Yes, I am.
No,
the
you
Supreme
can't.
Court has no
No,
integrity in Nigeria.
no, Alhaji, we will not allow you impugn on the integrity of the Supreme Court. So anytime soon.
What is happening?
Alhaji Asari is upset, is angry, and somehow, if he can have his way, he would ask Seamless Fubara not to obey this Supreme Court. A lot of people have been calling on Sim that, hey, you better turn everything into what do you call it now? Turn everything upside down, no? Because before you know it, so they could just announce that you have been removed, though, and they have a court in Nigeria that with the wicked controls. If you think that it is impossible, these guys are out for blood, and it is your blood. And until they actually have your head on the spike, they are not going to give up. But if you continue to act according to the script of the crooked judiciary, you will be gone before dawn. But what do you want him to do? What would you advise him to do? People have been making suggestions, which I have come across some of them, right? Number one, they said those guys were not supposed to even be anywhere in Rivers State right now. If it was with a wiki, all of their quarters, the legislative quarters where these guys are staying, currently will be going through renovation. They would have removed all the roofs, so they don't want to see them there at all. Not only that, they would have been like, they would have hunted them down from every corner, wherever they are in River State. But, you know, Fubara is not with the wicked. And that is why it is becoming more and more obvious that this House of Assembly of Wirewike are in contention with Fubara as governor, so to show that they are more powerful than the state's governor, or do as much as possible to render his office as, you know, useless as possible. For me, I want them to impeach him. Do you understand? Yeah, I want them to impeach him so that I can see what this Asari Dokudumba and other, you know, Asawana people, I want to see what they are capable of really doing from what they have threatened that they would do if that should happen. I want to see it. I mean, come on. Let's see how that goes. Will the heaven fall? Will the wicked say heaven will not fall? Others said that they dare not even attempt to impeach him. Baba, the impeachment, see, I have it here. I have, what do you call it? I have the full, you know, I have their full letter here, and those who signed it. Okay, just, let me see. Yeah, I should have put that on the screen for you, right? So I have it here. You see them? From here. Oh, sorry, you can't see it, sorry. It's all blank. So here, so the signatures, they have 26 people who signed, and they signed this 3 days ago. So it's not as if to see like it's just today. They've already signed this as far back as Saturday. Or Saturday, not 14th. Yeah, it is 14th, right? Fayoshe's brother had this to say on the same matter.
They said they are shopping for Fubara replacements, so they are looking for another Ijoma to come and take over when they remove Fubara. Can you help me to tell them that they are power drunk and their eyes go clear? Say Fubara is going nowhere. Tell them they are not God. And if you keep quiet, you allow this to happen, many more will still happen to you. It is time to talk. Look at the copper. She's talking. People are supporting her. You too start talking. It's your democracy. It's your state. People that haven't worked 9-to-5 job, they are billionaires on your money. Now they are not controlling your destiny. Now, like be that, if you don't talk, you keep quiet, now so you go past poverty to your generations. But if you speak up now, you clean the system, nobody will come and do it again. Even President Thiefnubu didn't impeach anybody. He always allowed things to flow for the state to move forward. This one, they are ready to make pensioners hungry. They are ready to make civil servants hungry. They are ready. They have seized allocation. They have seized local government. They want to seize everything for their selfish interest. And you say you are from Rivers. Speak up. Speak up. Nigeria don't belong to them. They are using your money. They said they are shopping for Fubara replacements, so they are looking for another Ijoma to come and take over when they remove.
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker. I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
Ogeri. So I've managed to put that on your screen so that you can have a full copy, right, of their planned impeachment of Fubara and those who have signed it as well. Okay, so you have an idea what their allegations are all about. It says notice of allegations of gross misconduct brought pursuant to section this, that. Forwarding of copy and notice of allegation of gross misconduct. I received a copy of notice dated 14th day of March 2025 of allegations of gross misconduct brought against you by 26 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, which is not less than 1/3 of the membership of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Pursuant to then third paragraph, you are requested to reply to the allegations made against you in the said notice of allegation of gross misconduct accordingly. In doing this, your attention is drawn to the provision of section this, So, and then I say, when 14 days of the presentation of the notice to the Speaker of the House of Assembly, whether or not any statement made by holder of the office or, in reply to the allegations contained in the notice, the House of Assembly shall resolve by motion without any debate whether or not the allegation shall be investigated. Please be guided accordingly and do accept my esteemed regard. This was Amaewhule sending that to, So these are those who have signed, sent that to, SIM. These are those who have signed the impeachment, the allegation, gross misconduct. So what are the gross misconduct of Fubara? He didn't submit the state house of, the state's appropriation bill, which is the budget in 2024 and in 2025. He did not submit the names of his appointees, nominees, and all that for position like commissioners and all that. He didn't submit it to them. Violation. Seamless Fubara has been spending the state money without the approval from them. Violation. And then Seamless Fubara has stopped paying the salaries of these guys as assemblymen. So therefore, he has committed a violation of section 9991 million times 10 or what have you of the Federal or Fulani Republic of Nigeria. So therefore, you have committed an impeachable offense under the, but they go remove the governor, remove the deputy governor. Were interesting, gone. I can't wait. So I want them to do that. Imagine when we wake up on Friday. Okay, 14 days. So that means it's going to be like end of this month. Okay. So by the end of this month, they should have concluded the removal of Fubara, I think, or not. Finally, before we go, remember the day the Nigerian Air Force invaded the office of Ikeja Electric because they cut off their power. Remember that story? And they destroyed they vandalized the entire office, brutalized the staff. Those who could escape, who could run away, ran and they escaped. But others who couldn't, 10 of them became hospitalized from that brutality, from that beating. Now, a CCTV video has emerged of how these animals, supposedly men of the Nigerian Air Force, how they attacked another, legitimate business because they won't pay their debts. Do you know how much the debt was? It's like about 4-point-something billion naira. 4-point-something billion. That's how much the Ikeja, the Air Force base, that's how much they owe Ikeja Electric. But here is that clip, the CCTV of these animals, doing what they know how to do best. Watch this. You see why when they call Nigeria zoo, right, it is actually complimentary. Nigeria, under these rogues, in the hands of these animals, is actually worse than a zoo. You owe electricity bill. You failed to pay. Your power got cut. Only for you to mobilize your boys from your own Air Force base to take over a legitimate business setup, assault their staff, brutalize them, hospitalize 10 of them. And up to this moment, not a single arrest has been made. Not a single one has been made. Because there will be none. A country without rule of law is worse than a jungle. I've never been to a banana republic, right? But with the description of a banana republic, it must actually be more organized than the contraption that APC Ebekebe has now bestowed on us. I'll leave you with that. So those of you who want to see what Ngozi look like, Fubara's deputy, because you hardly hear or see her. Okay, this is what she looks like. That's Ngozi. Ngozi on or something like that, right? What's her full name again? Let me go check. Yeah. Anyway, that's what Ngozi looks like. Or this one here. Right? Amaewhule is the one on the left. Or maybe this one here, where she's standing with Potbelly Fubara too. Man, I'm so afraid that how could tiny people have pot bellies? I saw that of Seyi Thiefnubu earlier. I've seen few others like that. It's actually not fitting. I like people who are like big. If you are big and you have this big belly, it's fine. But how can you be skinnier? It's like me being skinnier and then I've got, well, I almost had a pot belly in America though, because I hate so much that whenever I take off my shirt like that and I look at my stomach and I'm like, oh, I won't even allow that to stay. So if you have your own pot belly like that, your own larundo that you are rubbing, you probably will give us a tip how to get a pot belly being a skinny person. Because I understand people who are big. What about skinning people? It's not fitting, right? Anyway, we'll stop there. I'll take a break, come back and take calls. And that is now up to you. To those of you who might want to add your own contribution to this chat this evening. So you have a shot. Okay, the number to call is right there on your screen. Use it. And if you really have to go, again, right, remember, you need to like the broadcast, like it, share it if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't as well. And when I come back, right, I shall be interacting with some of you in the audience. Please don't go anywhere. At least not yet. I'll be back.
La
Thank you. Far too kind.
Pastor, pastor. Our mojo sticker ló ń show wa. Àṣé kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Ìwọ má dira o, ìpàpà ìdàrúrin. Jẹ́ ká wà Bible tó ń jẹ. Kò jẹ́ gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó jẹ̀rà. Gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù. Àwòyí àárín. Mo mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú Bible pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù. Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù. Kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ má dira. Ayé bàjẹ́.
Bàjẹ́ straight in the air. It's up to you. I have my first caller this evening. Yeah. Hello there.
Hello, Baba Amaewhule himself.
It's the nice one. Sir, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good. He's Wilson from Italy again.
That is Wilson. It's the nice one.
Yeah.
I kind of picture that like, okay. Anyway, how you doing tonight, Wilson? It's
I'm good.
Tonight.
I'm good. We have taken our antidote this night. It's like I don't know, but I really commend you for what you are doing, because so many people don't know what you are doing until maybe in next 5 years that they will know what we are doing every day by telling them this is where the danger. Nigeria is not even Banana Republic, because it has passing Banana Republic. When police can wake up in the morning and kill somebody and nothing will happen, even a governor will wake up in the morning and say, look at what we can. If Nigeria is really a country that is where there's a rule of law, can we open his mouth and be saying all this? Look at what he's saying, and nothing happens. Nothing. You can't. Half of what they're doing in that Banana Republic, you can't do it anywhere else apart from in Nigeria. Just look at what we showed about those Air Force soldiers that went to that.
Did you see that part?
It's like what they're acting in movies. It's like a movie now. Just look at it now. You didn't pay bill. You did not pay your bill. They ask you for bill. You now send your people to go and pick them up. Is it not Banana Republic that all these kind of things happen? I sorry for judiciary. Do you know why I sorry for Nigerians? Even these people are perpetuating this thing. I want to ask anybody that is listening to you, or our audience that is listening, what is the legacy? What are you leaving? What are you leaving for your children unborn? What society are you trying to leave to them? Even Wike, what are you trying to leave to your children? Because one day you must be off from this thing. And what are you leaving to the society? What are you leaving to them? This film they're acting, I think they forget. It's just like what Tinubu's son did. I think they forget that one day they will leave the scene and other people will take over.
Like power is transient too. I don't think they think that way anymore.
They don't think
they're going to probably be in power forever.
Do you know why they don't think that? Do you know why they don't think that way? It's because they have stolen enough money. They think they stole enough money that their children, even children. Okay, look at Yaya Bello. Yaya Bello that paid even for the children. Children will even know when they will graduate. He paid for their school fees till when they will graduate and they even go. Can you imagine? School where they never go, they have already paid in advance. Can you imagine? It's only in Nigeria this kind of, until today, nothing has happened. During Buhari, is it not one man that stole 109 billion? They now ask him to go and start home. Till today, nobody talks about it.
The former accountant general of Nigeria, Mukhtar,
yes,
is from Kano. He stole 198 billion naira. Guess what?
Nobody.
They gave him double title in Kano. Chieftaincy title in Kano. After that, he actually celebrated. You know what they said? They said he's the Emirates accountant. They gave him a title in Hausa, and they call it the Emirates. It's like to say this is our own accountant from Kano.
Yes. Because you know, Amaewhule used to say like this: your thief is better than my thief. You know, that is what they're doing in Nigeria. Your thief is better than
your criminal. My own thief is God fearing, is generous. Your own is not. So my thief is better than your own. Yeah, Nigerians.
Do you know the scary part of it? All these people that call themselves traditional ruler and pastors and whatever, do you know they keep quiet because they are part of the whole system. They are the same thing. None of them is saying anything. The only thing they can say, let's pray for Nigeria. Pray for who? Pray for criminals. I can't understand though. This thing, even the people, do you know the worst thing? These people that call themselves educated people in Nigeria that go to TV station, I don't even know the analysis they are going to give there. I think they should close all those things they call television's house. Because how can somebody, even some of them wake up, they say Nigeria is 200 million. Where did you count and get Nigeria as 200 million? Please, where did they get that figure? Where did they get this?
Just pull it from their asses and then they run with it.
The last time they did census is in 2006. The last time Nigeria did census, something that they call census, which is not even census. Now, because of the system, you know, what is happening in Nigeria, they don't know that the system will catch up with them. They are trying to maneuver the system, and the system, it get the time the system will resist to be maneuvered. That is the time we are coming. You know, the system have keep on rejecting. Look at that girl that did this. It's the system, because we are in an era of a technological world, where you cannot manipulate any system anymore. They will try to ban social media. They say they cannot do it because it must exist. How can you do it? Now the system, even
what you didn't create. So how is that going to work?
Even this next election, it will come to a stage now. They cannot even stop anything that want to happen because they believe that it's a business as usual. It will get to a time that it will not be business as usual. Do you know why they don't want to do census? Because they know now you can do it biometric and you cannot change it. There's no way you can manipulate biometric. That's why they keep on postponing. Now the government say the national population asks for how many trillion to do all this is a perpetual lies. They are lies. What is thumbprint? Thumbprint that you go to. What is thumbprint? Is perpetual lie because they know the secret of this manipulation will come out. The secret of Nigeria. If you ask me, Nigeria is not even up to 100 million. If you ask me, if they want, I can help them to do it. Nigeria is not up to 100 million. So why are they keep on lying? Because if you don't know how many are you, how can you budget for budget or plan?
That's why Nigeria has no future. Because government cannot tell how many people are in your country and what are their ages. What are the numbers of those who are educated and those who are not? What kind of education do they have? All these things matter if you really have any plan to make the country better, but they don't have that plan.
They don't. You know this
Wilson, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Have a very good evening, okay? That's Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. And here is Prince Adewale, the African Wahala, all the way from Alberta, Canada. Is that right?
Yes, sir, my brother.
How are you doing tonight, Baba?
I'm doing very, very well.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. My observation with the young lady in NYSC is that many more young people are beginning to, instead of talking about Arsenal, Manchester United, Barcelona, and all these European soccer clubs, they are beginning to use their social media to troll the government. Well, that's not even trolling, to actually complain about what they're facing.
And
it's a good
highlighting
thing.
The real issues that affects them every day.
Yes, and it's a good thing because a lot of us have been so frustrated with them that they are not doing anything about their situation. But it seems like Raye, the young lady, has inspired many of them. And this is beginning to look like, well, the beginning phase of an online revolution. And it can be impactful. I wouldn't downplay what they are doing because it's almost giving me the vibes of 2020 NSARS campaign. But this time around, it's online. And it might have an impact. Who knows? Because right now, the fact is, these criminal Nigerian fake security institutions, how many people are they going to go after?
For real,
the fact that 50, 100, 200 people are making videos, then they can't arrest many people.
No.
Maximum will go after a few people, and that's it. So maybe this is the beginning.
Let's be honest. Usually when they do that, right, once they intimidate someone, they expect everybody to fall in line, like, use this person as a contact point for others. So say, make him as a reference or her as a reference. So,
as a
scapegoat. As a scapegoat, but they can't really come after a lot of people. That's why more people need to actually speak up and stand up. If they stand up at the same time about this entire whole thing, they will hands down. But they are lucky.
Let me encourage. I know many of them don't listen to the Temple of Truth, these young people, but for those that listen, man, speak up. This is the golden opportunity because nobody can arrest you right now. If you speak up right now, you can say whatever you want to say. Nobody can arrest you.
That's right.
Nobody can arrest you. Because this is the golden opportunity for people to rally around without fear and speak up against this government. And it's going to put more pressure on them.
I mean,
and maybe some people
started collecting their salary on fake people. They say, others are begging that they stop criticizing us on social media. Stop criticizing us. Stop abusing us. It's like, oh, fuck off, man. Well, yeah, it's probably
they'll get what they deserve. Yeah. Slowly, hopefully slowly but surely. But thank you so much, Amaewhule General.
The African Wahala, Baba. Thank you very much as well for all you do too. Okay. You enjoy the rest of the evening yourself, okay? Have a good one, Baba.
Yes,
so I have another caller on the line. Here we go. Hello.
Hello, Amaewhule.
Hello, sir. Is that sorry?
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. You calling from Nigeria? Yeah, are you?
Yes.
This is Amaewhule. Remember? I can hear you too. Do you want to tell me your name?
Yeah. You're speaking with. No, you're speaking with Biggie now. Biggie. Biggie now. You remember? Yeah, Biggie now. The guy that called you some time ago.
I do. I'm trying to kind of like
Biggie now. The guy that called you from Delta now.
I wanted you to say it and say Delta because in my head I was like,
about that Fulani something.
Yes,
Fulani. Yes.
How are you, Baba? How are you doing?
I'm good, Baba. How was the trip, Baba? How was the trip?
It was great, except for the jet lag, but it was really wonderful. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, we thank God. Hey, Amaewhule,
yes,
sorry, I want to say something.
Yes, sir. Go on.
Amaewhule, do you listen to Mr. Follow to me's Sunday broadcast?
I do.
Sometimes you try and add it to us. He made one statement.
Right.
You understand? So he's saying that every the way he's doing now, the meander he's doing, that people should not take it serious. But there is every possibility he's working with Tinubu. You understand?
I saw the possibility he's working with Tinubu. I didn't see the full program, but I saw a cutout where he actually said that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yes,
right. It's not all his reasons. I have my own reasons too to believe that all these things they make any sense. Here you get, to make any sense. When you begin to piece them together, but yeah, go on, please.
Because the thing is getting me pissed off. And again, Baba, sorry if I'm a little bit going to digress, Baba. We still have a little work to do. Do you know here in my town as I speak? Do you know there's some golden people that still support to do like sometimes, Baba, when I speak, they're not allowing me to speak.
It is not just your own area.
Sometimes, I got crazy, man. I get crazy. Sometimes I nearly cry.
They are more than crazy. Listen, they are more than crazy, by the way, okay? And people like that, they are everywhere. Not just in your Delta, Baba, everywhere. You go, they just wonder, like, what's this up? Go now. Like, what's happening?
Yes, I would wonder whether sometimes I was so happy that they crazy. Sometimes I would just
the problem. How come this? They will tell you say, the ones that actually really must me is that they are going through hell too. Nobody said their life is better or per se.
I'm telling you, yeah, it's not better.
Then they go, they give excuses for APC.
Exactly. Exactly. They could tell me say, now that when they are selling rice, 20,000, say 8,000.
Yeah.
Salary is different, 5,000. But now that rice is 100,000, are they not receiving salary 100,000? Now what is the difference? These are people that are still suffering with, like, you know, that are even better than.
Yeah, about it, man.
Do you understand?
I do.
Do you understand? You understand? And yes, I'm sorry again. There was someone that called you. I wanted to correct that statement. He said that Agbo people they deny people. You understand? No. I need to correct that impression.
Please.
You understand? That person is very, very wrong. You understand? We are Abbas. We don't deny Igbo. We don't deny that from Igbo. Right. You understand? Right. We don't deny. Rather, most times the Igbo people that live with us, sometimes they treat us as if we are not the real Igbos. You understand?
Like a second class.
Yes. When we answer the same name, they say, why would I even answer this name with us? Why are they follow the dark? I know some things like that.
I know.
So I want to correct that impression from there. Well, you understand?
There's something about people. See, make us say this one before we wrap it up, okay? There's something about I want to say there's something about us as a people, right? Where somehow some of us tend to really major in minor and minor in major, where they are pushing this supremacy ideology when it's not necessary per se. I have had people who have told me, right, that us in Yoruba land, that people think the Yorubas are, they're like, oh, Yorubas are together. No. There are still some people within us in Yoruba land that will still tell other Yorubas that they are not Yoruba enough. Before now, I never used to know. I mean, I never I didn't know, right? I didn't know that when we joke about the Egu people, we have people we call the Egu people, right, in Yoruba land. Okay, so they are and they are Yorubas. Absolutely, they are Yorubas. But when we joke about them, right, until one member of this platform called in one day to break it down and said, you see all these things you make as jokes, they were jokes that were made up by those who felt like they are more Yorubas than us, that we are not Yoruba enough. I never really see it that way. I just thought it was just like a general less loud. I know it wasn't. And from that moment, I never have to joke about them anymore. But there are people with you see, this kind of people who think they are more Igbos than you, or they are this or that, they do not represent the majority. I'm not saying that your reality is not right. It's right. Sure, you get. Always having at the back of
my name, my surname, my real name, everything is Igbo. But sometimes they make us feel that we are not the real Igbos. So that's why I want to correct. I've been calling since that day. I want to correct that impression. We are not the ones.
And I think it's actually like an inferiority complex for some people, right? That somehow they want to appear superior. And that's one thing about that's why I said our people in that place it cuts across all ethnic nationalities, by the way. Whether you are Yoruba or Hausa or Igbo, there are people within who love to push that supremacy kind of, but they are not like the majority. Because in any society, right, you are going to have those who are in the majority and those who are in the minority, but there's something that they have minority, which is their own ethnic nationality. But education is meant to make all of us go beyond that. And I'm glad that despite all of this, you still never really have to deny your connection to being an Igbo as well. Because that didn't reduce you from people who else you are. I'm an Ijebu man, right? And I'm proud to be an Ijebu man. I am also a Yoruba man. So that I'm going to say I'm a Yoruba man does not cancel my Ijebu-ness. Sure you get? Because that's exactly. So if you are from Agbo, right? And then Agbo are also connected, that they have, similarity with the Igbos to say ethnically.
Yeah,
nobody can take that away from
dialect too, just different dialect too. Yes. If they bring the ears down, they can even hear us. And my question, Baba, what if eventually Biafras come now? I don't know. Is there any possibility that they will treat us like this? Like
we treat you
they will
anyhow.
treat
That's
us
something I want people to understand.
like the way Nigerians are treating them.
Treat you anyhow. No, that's not true. Let me say this to you again, okay? Let me say this, right? Quite
I'm
because of
listening,
our
Baba.
listeners, okay? You see, when
Biafra, that is why I'm even calling.
No, it's good you are calling it now. See, when Biafra will come, okay, it is going to be. You know what the referendum about Biafra is that you are not just going to say you want to be part of Biafra because you are just Igbo. No. There are factors, right? That every participating unit of that new country, those who chooses to want to be part of it, there's something called article of article of independence, or is called, or something like that, where every
I understand what I'm saying.
You get what I mean? Every company, all of you, especially those of you from Agbo, for example, because you are indigenous people to that place. So you easily, as a group, if you say you want to be part of Biafra, there's something that is going to actually ratify you being part of it. When majority of the people in Agbo origin, right, decided to vote that they want to be part of Biafra, you see that their position, that their block within that new country is going to be clearly written out. You see, when people say the Igbos are trying to claim that, it's all bullshit, it's old school. When you want to start a new country, people will have to come together, okay? They have to come together and say, we want to be part of it. Under what conditions? You get now? So every component that joins, the condition of you joining must be respected. Nobody's going to drag anybody into it. So don't let all those illiterates continue to push narratives, okay? That doesn't make any sense.
All our names, even our former country from their same side, it's fine. As people with the name of it, fine. It's fine.
See,
it's everything about us people. You understand? Just that our language is a little bit different. So sometimes they joke about it that we are not, things like that.
Okay? But what unites us, what actually makes us one, is what we share in common. You have mentioned the name. What about the language? That simply means that you can speak Igbo, and if they speak Igbo next to you, you will understand. That is what brings you together. That never takes away your own origin. Go. Sure, you get now to say, I am an Agbo man, and I'm also Igbo. Sure, you get now. I am, I am, what do you call it? There's Anyoma. I am an Anyoma person.
Anyoma, like ask, sorry to go, like ask Anna if they speak. We hear, but sometimes if we speak, they don't hear.
And that's all that matters.
But Anyoma is more. Anyoma is more closer. Anyoma is more closer to them.
See,
you understand?
So don't let all those online illiterates, okay, most of them who are suffering from inferiority complexes, trying to want to tell you that they are more important than you, they are bigger than you, and this and that. We have them all over the place. We have them in Yoruba land too. But one thing is that education is meant to make you different. You don't listen to these miscreants. You don't listen to these illiterates. You actually discuss with people who knows what they are saying. Do you get me now? It's been wonderful talking to you, baby.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry. No, it's all
right. I mean, it's because of our time. So I want to go.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Enjoy
those colorful Nigerians that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bless you.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Nice one. You see, it's so important that we educate ourselves this way, okay? There is nobody that is going to take anybody and say, we are taking you become Yoruba nation. Or we are taking you become no, that's not how it works. In this day and time, right? People would have to desire it, because they have to be part of the building process of this new country. Their patriotism cannot be coerced. It must be offered voluntarily. So we have been dealing with so much divisions across board, all over the place. The purpose of education is to help you articulate issues and then hold on to what really matters and discard all like frivolities, innuendos, and other stuff. In a country when you want to form a country, there is no, there's no one that is going to be more, for example, you say there's no one that's going to be more Biafran than any other Biafran. There is no Yoruba that will be more Yoruba than other Yorubas. Now, to come together and agree and say we want to be in the same country, we want to give our sovereignty to this set of people to lead us and what have you, there must be some certain conditions that everybody agrees that say, because Bible says, can 2 or 3 work together if they don't agree? Yes. Can 2 work together without agreeing?
No, not at all. Not at all.
How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great. Very, very insightful topic.
Yes, sir. Please.
From Houston. All right. So, my brother, I'll not lie to you. I think I love this episode. I've been off and on. I've seen the topic, impeachment and everything. I still feel everything is still comedic. I just hope, I don't know how Fubara will do it, but it's left for them. We're all going to sit down and watch. You know, regarding the youth corporate that spoke, I mean, she's more brave. In fact, let me even tell you something. Have you noticed that most Gen Zs of today are very, very brave? I've witnessed that even within my own family, how a Gen Z young lady will even challenge elders that we could not challenge when we were younger. If you know what I mean. Ask questions. If they are drinking, there's no
ask questions when they are talking. These days they will ask
exactly. This one they will ask. They don't care. They don't care. They see. They don't really care how old you are. They don't care what the situation is. They will challenge the living daylight out of the whole system. And look, I won't blame that woman. I will share my experience here. Sorry, I don't mean to take the time, but I'm going to share my experience.
It's your time. Go on.
When we were younger, some of us, when we finished secondary school, we open our eyes, see our cousins. That time when we did in Nigeria, we did see our cousins, they come visit us from London, from America. Then when I don't finish secondary school, I did not have a GSM to my name. I didn't have a mobile phone. I did not have a laptop. But those ones where they are abroad, all of them, when they come visit us, you go see them, they hold phone. You see them hold this thing. I'll be like, some will even tell you that, they will go and do one small part-time job. I'll be like, wow, really? In their own country. And they will not do all this youth service and all these dibo that they are doing. But yet, they will still have something. They can be able to build. They can be able to build even from secondary school. Yeah. They can build even all the secondary school. From even before they even enter secondary school, they can build a future. They can do 1 or 2 things and have business. You will even hear of small children who 10 years old, some 8 years old, they have already started company. And they will support those children and grow. If the knowledge is so good enough, the parents or guardian will support them. People who see talent, they will invest in them and make them bloom and blossom. But our own, that time it was very difficult for them to foster creativity and everything, and we'll just be there. And that's how year in, year out, people will just children, from children to adults to meet the adult, to, you know what I mean, will just be there wasting away in the Nigerian situation. And that is the system. And you see that Gen Z lady that spoke challenge the status quo and say, look, this thing is wrong. And for those of you supporting this evil, it's not going to be well with you. Why don't you just open your mouth and speak against this thing? And it's unfortunate. And again, we have pastors, we have imams, we have all of them. Just like you said, it pains me. Sometimes, God forgive what I'm going to say, I feel that most of the churches and the mosques in Nigeria are extremely useless. They are extremely useless because they are not really serving the purpose.
But they seem to be very useful to the establishment, Jeff.
No,
because what I mean, to actually control the
calm down
enough, using religion. So
exactly.
the establishment, I think they are useful to them. But I get your point. Go on.
No, so they are extremely, well, get me, they are extremely useless because they are not doing the needful. They are not doing the needful to speak against the ills. If you remember our last protest that happened, at least out of all of them, it was one reverend in Jos that protested. The redeemed people and the rest, they didn't say nothing under the time of hardship. And that's when they're supposed to come out and speak. They don't want to come, they don't want to speak. They say they are praying. Praying for who? No, praying for who? You know, and they just use it and be frustrating people. So, and they want people to just keep quiet. People will not keep quiet. People are seeing the truth. People are wise, and now we thank God for connectivity. Look, Maego, if you could remember back in the 90s, do you know there was no internet?
No.
Do you know how terrible it was then?
I do.
You know, the only close internet that we had was what they call it, CNN and cable. We watch more and then we just see one thing, and that was it.
Communicating at the time is just the Nitel as well.
Exactly.
Somehow, you see, do you know that something? Do you know that I keep like marveling, right, at the achievement of the generation of that, the people of that generation of that era, right? They had no internet, they had no mobile phones, right? Some of them don't even have access to proper, TV channels to educate them. But a few times they've challenged the status quo in that contraption, starting from the time of Babangida to the time of Abacha. They were very, very effective. You get what I mean?
Yes, they were.
Like, I mean, you will remember strike today, strike tomorrow, protest today, tomorrow. And it was always like all over the country. That people will be plucking leaves to put on their cars so that they don't get smashed. But these days, right, we have everything, but somehow we do not have that same cohesion. This generation.
We don't have that same cohesion. But what is raining now? God, forgive me, is twerking and what do you call it? And TikToking and slaying, and that is only that is raining. Will you blame the situation because that one brings money too? Yeah, may God help us because some of us can be caught up in all this madness, and that is what it is. That's the only thing that is raining. But again, too, we still need to have a focus because we, as a country, we don't have a focus. There's no point in jollificating up and down, and then the basic thing is not being done. You know, things are not being addressed. But anyways, the story for another day. As for the politicians, let them keep on doing what they know best. But one thing is certain that we will keep on. Yes, it's a matter of time.
God bless you, sir.
All right, now.
Let me take
and you too. All the best.
And yeah, as usual. Right. And thanks for that super chat, by the way. So again,
you're welcome. For this
no problem. Okay, I appreciate you, man.
All right.
You have a good one, sir. That's Jeff, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm going to take another call. So this my caller should please hang in there for me for a second. I want to say just one thing to the brethren here watching. It's just a reminder. If you haven't liked this broadcast, can you please? Come on. I mean, we were over 2,000 earlier as well, but we are struggling to have at least 700 of us to pay their offerings, right? So listen, if you haven't already, please, just like the broadcast, especially on YouTube. There is another caller. Hello.
Hello, Maego. Good evening.
Hello, ma.
How are you today?
I am very well. And yourself?
I almost gave up because this last guy that you spoke with, I have been calling, and I was opportunity to get you several times, and you are not picking. I was saying, God,
I know.
What is this? I said,
it can be that little bit tricky. I'm glad that
it's very frustrating.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't give up. So how are you doing tonight?
I'm fine. And you?
Well,
I was just
go on.
I was just I want to talk about the young lady, our Gen Z, that was talking about how terrible the president is. Yes, indeed, he's a terrible man. He's a terrible president. I help her to say that too. I want to tell, because I believe that most of our youths, most of our people back home that are listening to you most time, I just want to remind them of something. That those dictators in Africa that call themselves presidents in Africa that try to silence their people did not start automatically doing it. They said they're pushing from point A to point B to point C. When they push you to point F and you are not reacting,
not really
they push further.
They keep pushing.
They keep pushing. So by the time you feel you don't want to talk, you as a civilian, you as a person from your house, you mind your business, you don't want to talk. At the end of the day, they will come into your house and meet you.
That's right.
There won't be a place for then you not start regret that if you had known, people would have come out with one voice and talked to them at that moment. I want to let them know that today it is their turn to whine, probably in Banana Island, probably in Asokoro, probably in Maitama, to go to different locations, islands. I want to know that it will still come up to you, turn by turn investment.
It is turn by turn Nigeria Limited.
If your father is a minister of information today, when by the time they finish using him and he is no more important, they will take him away and change the tire to another new tire. So by the time you will start relaxing, I was looking at some of the ex-presidents the other day, where they are looking so retarded. I was looking at the ex-governors, they are looking so retarded. Remember, they were once in power, enjoying
those billions and billions and billions.
It will not be forever.
It's not forever.
As I used to say, if I come around here, it's a long ride to Tinubu. If people will not stop him by now, he will continue running. After he has finished running, he will give to Remy. After Remy has finished running, Remy will give it to probably her friends, or he give it to Seyi. But that is what people are going to see, because it's just the beginning. Or you think it's Tinubu that is running your government alone? Remy is running the government with her full chest. Her silence is loud without making some noise about it. So what I'm trying to tell you people that think that is not touching you, you have bought a house for the 200 million. Thank God I bought a house of 200 million in Lekki. At least I'm sure of myself and my wife and children. We are sure we don't have any problem. Sorry. By the time they finish selling the whole land in the whole of Lekki, they will come back to you and say they want to resell your own.
That's right.
Don't worry.
You understand what a country without rule of law.
Your mouth. Now at least they are talking, they are saying food to eat. If you talk, they will bring your children out. They will bring you out, flog your bomb. I remember when we were much younger. When we were much younger, we saw the government of Shagari. We saw the government of Buhari. We saw the government of IBB and Abacha. But even as bad as they seemed to be, they were not like this. The only thing I can remember about Abacha was that most times they were disciplinarians. If they come to this traffic point and you're following one way, they will flog you with a koboko out of the one way. They are the people that have the right to follow the one way. But they did not treat people to this point. Because what the most painful thing about life is when you stay in an ocean and soap is entering your eye, then we have made up our mind that we are facing military, we are facing a dictator. But this one, we're not facing a dictator, we're under democracy. And yet, they are treating us worse than a dictator can treat us.
And then you
when
can't
a dictator is treating, when an army officer is treating you like a bad person, he himself is scared because he knows that his junior colleagues can take over him anytime. But this one, they have bought even the junior colleagues. They have made everybody a slave master. Because everyone is hoping that they will get somehow start him and get something out of him. They are
just to buttress your points, okay, that things have really, really changed. This was supposed to be a democracy. Look at the life that they have subjected an average soldier to.
I'm telling you.
In Nigeria today. Soldiers have now joined us, making video of their situation on social media.
I'm telling you.
And you are like, what happened to this normal soldier thing that will be like, take care of things if things has gone this way?
Exactly.
You have no idea. A lot of, what do you call it? Sort of a compromise that has gone into the system, by the way. That things are no longer what they used to be anymore.
So you keep asking yourself. I remember in those days, if a governor is not doing well, he said as a military governor, there's shift him to another state immediately. They will deploy him to another state. But now you see one governor. You're a governor. You make your grandfather age to be begging, lying down to beg you. This is as if something we never saw soldiers did. Soldiers will not come for you until you come for them. You understand my point? But so even when you don't come for them, they come for you. Even when you don't come for them, I grew up in Lagos State. I know what I'm talking about.
I know.
And I grew up very close to the barracks where I grew up. So if you don't come for them, they don't come for you. But now they are doing worse. Now even the soldiers cannot even talk. They cannot open their mouth and talk. Imagine somebody like Rita Raye receiving a woman of the year. What did they give? Which award did they give to her?
And I'm asking myself, the woman that planted, the woman that planted ugu and harvested. She harvested tomato.
What did she do? The woman that cannot voice out to speak on behalf of our children, on behalf of our fellow women. What did she do? What did she do? You found out all these our Igbo brothers, they call themselves, and I call them, God, I don't want to be rude, but they have a bunch of disappointment in the House of Senate. They are always the one that are using to complete their tools. When they want to carry out, so they use them to carry out whatever they used to carry out.
The dirty work.
Their dirty tools. You know, you look at them, you see what is happening. I'm not one. I want to talk about is the one for Fubara.
Right.
I honestly wish
they said it can be removed, and we're like, okay, we shall see.
I've never wished this in my life, but I honestly wish there will be a cohorts. I honestly wish there will be something, because one thing I want to talk about again that is hot, because this guy that stayed long took a lot of time, so I lost a lot of my train of thought that I want to talk about.
I know it can be like that sometimes. Go on.
One sector that the Nigerian people have ignored so much is this judiciary. If one person has not been given woto,
like for
they
real,
won't stop.
Sorry, ma'am.
They keep on hiding us. They keep on hiding themselves under and be creating mayhem. Because the reason why we are in this today is because of what they are doing. And we don't pay attention to them. We pay attention to the government, to the politicians. We pay attention to the police. We pay attention to the armies. We pay attention to other sectors. But we just leave it there enjoying, eating their wine. Why they are the main cause of our problem. People that are supposed to be for the masses.
You know what somebody said that if the judiciary had been living up to the expectation, politicians would fear them more. They don't even want their case to end up in court, because if the court has been taken, but you know what? The court itself, the judiciary has been compromised for years now. Who are the judges? The wives of politicians, children of the politicians.
Because the people that will give, they will look into this thing. They left them, and they were going for the minor ones. The main case in Nigeria is that the main problem is that judiciary, because that is supreme. That is supreme after God. That the one.
Well, look at
that one that will say final and it will stand. You understand me? So when you know that no matter what you fight in Nigeria, once they take it to Supreme, once the Supreme Court give order, it will stand. Then why are we keeping quiet to them? Why are we allowing them to walk in the street and not saying something about them?
Well, now we are saying something about them, and we are raising awareness on that too. Maybe this Gen Z will understand this too, and then
I just hope so. I just hope so. This what they call them, all these African countries that have dictators, that their citizens cannot even talk. That is how it started, though.
That's it. And now
that is how it started.
I think look at them in Cameroon, for Biya in Cameroon.
I think
it all started like from the 80s. Look at where they are today.
I still was making reference from the first day I called you here. During after immediately the election finished, I said that this man enter, he will turn this. You people say no. I said this man will turn it to a kind of tyrant government that will not go out of that seat again. And look at it, it's playing out.
It's playing out.
Before you know, and they don't care. They feel unperturbed. They feel as we are talking that are you monitoring us?
It's called state capture. Now you and I, we are the one analyzing. To them, we are all captured. We squeeze ourselves out.
Me, I just because if they succeed in Port Harcourt, it is finished. The rest of you should just go and sleep and be doing Bambiala. That's what people will do to you to eternity.
And we shall see.
Finished.
My lady, thank you so much again. Okay, for always. Okay, thanks for calling.
All right,
let's take another one. That's brilliant. I've got here CA from Atlanta, I believe. Is that CA?
Yeah, CA from Atlanta.
That is CA from Atlanta, Georgia. How are you doing today, sir?
Exactly 6:50 p.m.
It is.
On a sunny and cold day, man.
Oh, is it cold, right? Okay. Well, it's almost
very sunny too.
So you can get comfy, you know, get your duvet.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Good job.
CA.
Good job as usual, man. Good job. Brilliant submission. Good job.
Thank you very much. Please.
I keep referring us back to history. How many countries would you have somebody that came forth an election, becomes a winner? Somebody that came forth is a winner.
Judiciary.
Somebody that didn't contest election is the Senate president. This can only happen in a country like Nigeria. Only Nigeria. Even Cameroon, I don't think someone that came forth can be the governor of a state. I don't think someone that didn't contest for an election will be the Senate president. Not even the senator, the Senate president. Not even the honorary senator, the Senate president. Look at the pedigree of our president. Corruption.
Go school is their president, so don't forget that too.
Corruption. So tell me, how do you want anything good coming out of that contraption? These are things people don't realize. There's no way.
You know what somebody said? Somebody said that if you want to see any a good politician in that contraption today is by connection, because it's near impossible. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
very few. I would be wrong to label everybody black. I tell you, the number of politicians in that country, maybe that are genuine, maybe 2-3%. And those people will never near power. Never.
No.
Never. Because the system is such that it's fashioned in a way that only the corrupt people will come to the fore. There's no way. That's the way the system is created. Look at El-Rufai now. Buhari did 8 years. Did you hear El-Rufai come out to talk? Did you hear El-Rufai coming out to form an alliance when Buhari was having his own 8 years?
He's now trying to save us. Buhari
8 years.
To save all of us.
During Buhari 8 years, did you hear Buhari, the El-Rufai, the jihadists from Kaduna?
Things then, you know.
Yes.
They ran everything. Now they want to save us.
The guy that supervised the ethnic cleansing of some tribes in Kaduna is not coming out now to be in the opposition.
And now, you know what somebody told me? Somebody said that no matter how evil Thiefnubu is, it is never sensible for anybody to listen to El-Rufai tell you about Thiefnubu.
No, El-Rufai is not the right person to tell us about
it. It doesn't make any sense to see how El-Rufai is talking. He's talking about Thiefnubu like of all people. Listen to somebody else. El-Rufai. Thiefnubu is better than El-Rufai. Thiefnubu is a kleptomaniac, right? And most of the time, he kind of does his things in shrouded in secrecy. El-Rufai is an openly practicing jihadist.
Definitely.
And he has no regret about it.
We all know what he did in Kaduna State. The records are there. His history is there.
Yes,
we all knew what he did. So during Jonathan time, they came out for Jonathan. Buhari now became the president. El-Rufai it was okay what Buhari did. It was okay for 8 years.
Yep.
So I think what they are trying to do is, I'm not trying to sectionalize the whole thing. What the North is doing is, once somebody else from the South or Midwest become president, they want that person out. That's just what they are doing. They want that person out.
They can't live without power.
Yes, they can't live without power. Power is the only thing they want.
They're like fish out of water.
They cherish power. So when the power is not with them, yes, alliance will start coming up. Yes, to get it back.
See,
but I hope Nigerians won't. But again, election doesn't count anyway. So whether they form alliance or not, the Tinubu I know, it's going to be hard to wrestle power out of that guy.
Time shall tell. We shall see.
He has the money, he has the influence, he has everything.
Now he has the power.
It will be very difficult. He has the power now.
He used to now he has the power. He is the one in that power. So we'll see how that plays out. See it.
And finally, before I go, one more. Look at what they did to Jonathan, the position. Now, simple tweet, simple 3 minutes video. They are running helter-skelter. They are cursing the girl up and down. These people that did worse to Jonathan. They did worse. Insulted Jonathan, insulted his father, the mother, the wife. Now, if you make a simple video against Tinubu, hell will be left.
They want the Yorubas to start wearing the war clothes. I say, we are going to war. I say, why? I say, somebody just made a video about Thiefnubu. That video is insulting us as Yoruba people. We must defend Yoruba land. How dare she say that? I say, hell with you. Who is going to work with you?
But in fairness, I give a lot of praise to a lot of Yorubas. They are not towing that line anymore. They sense a lot
we
of
just
them.
need more of us to speak out now. We must be speaking out because
a lot of them are speaking out.
they don't represent us. You know,
no, they don't.
They have tried to soil the image and the name of the Yorubas, making the gullible ones believe that if you say anything about Thiefnubu, definitely it's against the Yorubas. We must make sure that the Yoruba speaks up every now and then.
And that guy from Agbo that called, tell the guy to come. I like the way he replied that guy. Look, in every tribe, there's always a tribe that believe they are more superior than the other tribe. Even in Yoruba, like you said,
of some of us.
The Jebus might say their influence might say they are bigger than the Jebu. Jebu might say they're bigger than always, everywhere.
So nobody should take that to heart and begin to
no.
Oh, that's
it's
how
everywhere.
Everybody else feels. Don't put yourself as an external. What have you? Okay.
Please, if anybody from Atlanta calls again, try and get their number. We need to organize ourselves in Atlanta. So when you come to America next time, we're going to drag you down to this city.
Okay.
And organize something. Definitely.
Thank you so much. See you.
Thank you,
Enjoy the rest of the evening. Okay. And please.
Thank you.
Back up. Okay. So I have here Adeza from Edinburgh. How are you doing,
sir?
How are you,
my bro? I'm good. It's been a while.
I know it's been like a busy line all the while. So, how are you today?
All that you brought from all that you brought from America. I hope you have not finished them.
No, I haven't. I still have some chocolates here.
Because I'll be in Glasgow on Friday.
When you come to Glasgow, we can share some. Do you eat chocolate, by the way? Because some of us have to stay away from all this.
No, we don't overgrow that stage in life. Like children, they eat this one and women.
I know. Anyway, Adeza, our time is almost up. I couldn't really
let me quickly make a summary submission. Yeah, I just want to start from the issue of the youth copper. The same criminal who instituted the war, the civil war, were the same people who brought the issue of NYSC for national unity, because the core objective of it is national unity, community development, discipline and patriotism, and the final one is skill development. That institution was dead on arrival, because right from the inception, they've not been following the objective of the institution. I knew people who work there then, if you normally supposed to be posted to different states or but they normally use people who have money. They find their way, or the big men, they post them to different places and the rest of them. So the institution was dead on arrival. They did not be following the objectives religiously. And that's what has created those problems. The same people who could not take care of these children, somebody came to make video, they began to threaten them. And when they see that the social media is on fire, the woman, maybe they advise her to run from the office because anything could happen to her. You see, this is the type of the situation we find ourselves. In the institution, just as we have been saying, we have a very weak institution in Nigeria. And that's the same thing we're talking about: the judiciary, the police, the DSS, and all the SSs and the rest of them. They are so weak to the point that they don't know, either even if they know their objective, they are not actually following it. Instead of them loyal to the constitution, they loyal to individuals who head those organizations. Because just like the issue of Natasha, here in UK, if there is any issue of sexual harassment, police will wage in first. The police will now invite you to their office. They will interview you. From there, they charge you to court. That is how it works here. Actually, I know that one very well. But the reverse is the
I'm still with you, Adeza. Have I lost the line? That's a shame. Hello. Oh. Sorry about that, man. So somebody else is just going to have to take your slot and use it. We are almost done now.
Hello, Ben, fella.
How are you?
Good evening. I'm not.
Yeah, it's evening. I mean, I believe it's almost evening as well. You calling in from the US, are you?
Yes, I'm calling from the US. Yes, from California.
From where, sir?
From California. So I know I saw you when you were in Texas. I was upset. I was like, why can't you come to California?
Same thing, same thing the New Yorkers were asking too. Why don't you come to the New York? People from
No, but New York is closer. New York is closer. We're way far away.
Yep.
Way far away. We can't drive. I wish I can drive to Texas. Bro, I would have drive to come just see you.
Don't worry. There will be a time that you won't have to travel that far, and I'm just gonna be like in the neighborhood. And yeah, we can indeed, probably share some coffee or tea. Thank you, though.
If I say the day you post you coming to California, Papa, no worry, on me they come pick you for airport. No, just worry about them.
God bless you. That's why I said that when next time coming around, we will have to like organize it. Because even myself won't meet all of them. I won't meet you like one-on-one. We'll sit down and have a chat, away from all this.
Man, we got to.
Don't worry, there will be that time, sir. There will be. Promise. So how is your how's your day? So far, we're almost rounding up here.
I mean, I can't complain. So this is the thing, for me, I'm laughing at Nigerians that live in Nigeria. I'm laughing at them.
See?
You know why?
Tell us.
This is the thing. This is the reason why I'm laughing at them. You see, we that live in Europe, we that live in America, or anything, we started to Nigeria. And hire policemen, the little police they give to protect them. We can hire them to protect ourselves and leave them vulnerable for anything come their way. Why we will be protected? But they don't want to do needful. But I'm so glad that because they always remember they said women build the nation. You see, we the men, especially those ones in Nigeria, they are busy talking about that. Video, medicine, and Premier League. The women started realizing their worth, that women, they are not meant to suffer. And for the fact women started realizing their worth, Nigeria is going to take a new shift.
Amen.
It's either the politicians, they like it or not. They need to do the needful, because women is always consistent with what they want and how they want it. It's not like us, the men.
Especially when a woman is expressing herself and becomes overwhelmed, that she becomes teary, crying. Honestly speaking, even the strongest of men would have to take a time and listen at that point. And we have been led to that place.
Of course, look at the Senate president now. That was the Senate president that was laughing at everybody. He's no longer laughing. We hardly see him these days. You see what the woman is doing to look at. See, this is the thing. When people were saying Seyi Thiefnubu, he don't talk, is this, is that, is. I knew, like, you see, after this, you see, now we are complaining about these old people. You see, these younger people, these children of politicians, they are more wicked and heartless than their father.
You get? That's why some people say that they cannot, we must not separate their children from them. Because their children know their parents. And they cannot deny the fact that they know their parents and what their parents are up to. So when it is time to go for their parents, do not spare their children. Because they are aware.
Because think about this. Most of those Nigerian politicians, they have been under dictatorship. They know how it feels like. Some of them came from a very poor background. They have already suffered. They can sometimes really, when people complain about their spirit. But you see their children have never for once suffered in their life. So they pretty much believe everybody is like them. I look at Seyi Thiefnubu that became president. The next thing he did is to fly presidential jet to an event. And anywhere his father is going, he knows that he's not a delegate. Why? Because he's power drunk.
Like an official. Yes, like an official of Nigeria when he is not.
Yes, because he's power drunk. And you got to realize, you see that video clip, it came out the other day, right? Because remember, this dude don't used to talk. He used to have people speaking for him.
Yeah.
Because he started feeling the heat. Because he has an ambition of becoming a governor. And the same time, we have to be honest with ourselves. If Thiefnubu survives, I don't think he will survive 2027. to all the way to like 2031. He
I don't think he can hold it together. Yeah, if you know, if this cluelessness, right, using propaganda to tell people that they are not suffering, they are just exaggerating. Now, I don't think they can sustain that for the next 6 years, no matter how bad or how scared Nigerians have become. If things continue like this, Thiefnubu will actually experience his own baptismal of fire very soon, very, very soon.
I should be honest. I actually believe the reason Seyi Thiefnubu came out to make all that round, you can tell the whole empire is falling apart already.
You're feeling it.
Because Seyi Thiefnubu already started realizing if his father lose grip on power, which I'm strongly believe 2027, no matter what they are going to do, I believe they are going to kick Thiefnubu out of office. And myself is seeing it already, and that is the reason why I know once Thiefnubu is kicked out of office, the Lagos policy is going to take a new shift, and Thiefnubu is going to lose everything. He's captured already, and they all knew these things. That's why he's trying to fix himself into the political realm, maybe become a governor or one executive power, whereby he can continue from where his father starts. But the problem now, you realize what Thiefnubu did, just that the game plan, everything is failing. He bring distraction. Fubara State is fighting every day. When you go to the north every day, why attention to is doing? But the problem is, it's not like back days during our father's time. They have to watch the news and read the newspaper. But now we have information anyway. If the case not to go around the whole thing, and
except if we choose to ignorance. Now ignorance is by choice. Now, here you get anybody who just want to act like they don't know anything is by choice.
Because remember, sir, when we were growing up, even if moving out of my father's house, because the good government we won't go anywhere. And for the fact you stay in one place, you omitted information. You see someone from Edo by himself, he will move to Lagos, he will move to Ghana. The father will only find out by phone call that I'm here. And those days he started realizing these people are mortgaging their career, mortgaging their future. Whereby in a Western land, there will be somebody even house where they are still in their father's house, don't even know how to make 25 naira one. But they say, no, they are lazy, they are doing prostitution. Do you give them a job? Do you give them a job? And even if there is, they will buy. I was talking to them, I say back in the days, you see someone be bragging against one politician driver with doctorate degree.
Anyway, see, Baba. Thank you very much. We're beginning to have problem with that line now. I don't know if it's because our time is almost like a timed out. Okay? So I hope I'm going to hear from you again, though.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Such a pleasure talking to you, Baba. Thank you so much. Now, this is where we are going to draw the curtain tonight, brethren. Latu, you have no idea. If I tell you how much or how many invitation I have received since the last time I came to your country in America. I have a lot of people who have sent me messages like, why would you like come around and you didn't even like come to? I said, your America is so big, right? That I think some of you are just pulling my legs when you say, why don't you come here? Why don't you come there? You know, imagine having to fly from, where is that place again? Flying from El Paso, right? You want to fly from El Paso to Houston, and you are going to fly for like about 4 hours or 3 hours, like flight. You have to drive for 12 hours. That's just one. So if they tell you that the next state to us is just so and so, but that may take you like another 14 hours to drive. But yeah, we will plan it. And I intend to actually like explore your America. But this time around, it would have to be properly planned because it's going to be like cost consuming. Anyway, we've had a wonderful evening again. We've shared what we think should help keep your own consciousness, your subconscious mind active, fresh, based on what is going on in that contraption. Now, everything you've heard on this platform this evening, right? They are our own, sort of discovery that we shared. Now, what you make of it is completely yours. This platform is not to socially condition you to think in a certain way. It's actually to help you balance your thoughts by providing you the up-to-date information that are not make-up stories like, gossips or rumors. No, they are happenings with names of the people involved, the places where they are happening and when, and how this also affects you, even if you are not living in the contraption, how this affects you. Now, you can't pretend to not know anymore. Having known all this, you now know. So thank you so much for spending your evening with me. As always, I appreciate it. Liking this broadcast as well, I do really appreciate that too. And then to those of you who are so generous enough to actually dip your hands into your wallet, bring out your credit card or your debit card to give Amaewhule super chat. Thank you. M King, I got your own message as well. You got me a lot of cup of coffee. I appreciate you and God bless every one of you. Okay, replenish you for your generosity. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Now, until then, please remember, if you haven't shared this broadcast, please do. And if you joined us midway, you can possibly watch this from the start again. Everyone else, I'll say good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And from here too, good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìí yẹ. Mayegun máa wí.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rájì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rájì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rájì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rájì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rájì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rájì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.